for a little preview of the 2020 high school football season. Refugio in town, also Corpus Christi, London. Right now you see the London team is on the field against the Refugio defense. These are the ones on the squad, and both teams are on their first possession of the game. A little pass play over the left-hand side, big hit delivered by Refugio. Anthony is with me, and I'm going to get his last name.
Martinez.
Anthony Martinez alongside. And Anthony, no secret, Refugio, big powerhouse, and a lot of eyes on them no matter where they go.
Exactly. So they've been around for a long time. They've been to the playoffs almost every year. Definitely a powerhouse school. So they're fun to watch, and they always are loaded. Always bring a lot of good athletes to the field.
Defensively, coming into this season, we were talking with Jacob and a couple of other guys. Defensively, they're going to be stronger than the offense, at least on paper, out of the gate. And right now we get to see this defense. This is the ones on defense for Refugio. London on a two-receiver set on the right-hand side does send a man in motion left to right. And they'll roll out looking that way all the way. Pressure coming. Quarterback will not get away from that. Down he goes.
Yeah, I didn't even make the line of scrimmage on there. Try to run out the right side, but caught from behind really quick by number one.
You can see the speed here on the replay here as everything was shifting in that direction, and defense right there to make the play and to bring the quarterback down. Welcome again to the broadcast here on Rio Sports Live. Back to live action. We are in Odem. And the Odem Owls will be on the field a little bit later on. They'll get a chance to go against both of these teams. And, when you look at it, Anthony, this Odem squad has got two good squads in which they can learn a lot about their football team tonight.
Exactly. So they haven't played at Refugio in regular season in a long time. London was in their district last year. So definitely a good, hard school to play against. They did get the better last year against Odem. They do have some good athletes, made the playoffs. So definitely a good team to watch this year.
London looking to throw again. This time out in the left-hand side, up for grabs. Caught! Nice play inside the 25-yard line. What a nice reception that time for London.
Exactly. He bobbled the ball but kept his eyes on it the whole way right into his hands and got some extra yards afterwards.
Take a look at the replay on that one. We'll do a split screen, so fans on the left-hand side of your screen, you see the live action, but on the right-hand side, you'll see this catch that is made. That's in traffic at about the 35-yard line, and the London moving the ball against this Refugio team.
Exactly. So the way they'll do the scrimmage, they're going to get 10 plays on offense, first team versus first team. And then they'll move on, swap sides, and then go on to the second team afterwards. So they got 10 plays to try to get it to the house here.
10 plays with a notation that if they get inside the 20, they're allowed to keep the drive going to try to finish off for a score. Quick swing pass, right-hand side, that's completed. Now some yards after the catch, fought for. It's just a short gain near the 30-yard line. Again, we do have some numbers for London, but we do not have rosters, as these two teams that visited did not bring rosters, and then the Odem Owls did not put numbers on their uniforms.
Exactly.
So we're kind of flying blind, but it's a test to test out the equipment, to kind of get things in motion for the fans that are there, and to test the internet at the press box here at Odem. We're also at Three Rivers tonight. Tomorrow night we'll be over at Buccaneer Stadium for Corpus Christi Miller. And we have just begun with the broadcasts that are coming your way for the fans that are watching. Another play for London. They'll try to swing it left-hand side on the run. That's covered quickly. And one thing about it, Anthony, that defense can get to the ball in a hurry on the running plays.
Yeah, there was a flag on that play, but the way they're doing this one, so they'll call the penalties, but they're not going to enforce them. So they're just going to let them know what they did wrong, make their corrections, and move on.
This is Corpus Christi London, the number one's offense on the field against the number one's defense for Refugio. And you say ones, but you put a big asterisk by that as well, because a lot of these coaches are indeed using these scrimmages to determine the final ones or twos, and the depth charts are in pencil at best. And a lot of depth charts that I see at this point in time, it's a name, but it's just because they want to throw somebody out there. They've got three other guys. They want to really see what they can do against live action.
Exactly. There's guys on their heels, so they're fighting for their jobs right now.
Third down play for London. This is 3rd and long, and so the Refugio team is in a position where they can pin their ears back on this particular play. A long 9 yards to go on this 3rd down play. Long count. Play action, looking to throw out of that. Pressure, rolling right-hand side. Quarterback buys some time, delivers a ball downfield, but it's a little overthrown, incomplete.
And he had him wide open right there, just overshot the guy.
That was right on A quarterback did his job on that one, and that is buy the time first. Take a look at the replay on that, and you can see this developing in the secondary. And that's what you want your receivers to do, is to stay with that route. In this case, you could see, had he caught that, that was 6 points.
Oh, yeah, he would have taken it to the house. So now London will get the ball. They're going to start on their 20, work their way back the other way, or on their 30, because they did not get a first down.
And there is no punting in this. Special teams are extremely limited in these scrimmage situations. Should there be a score, there will be an extra point attempt allowed, but it will be without contact. And in this case, we are switching sides of the field. So you're looking now at the Corpus Christi London offense, and a new quarterback now running the show for this next drive. Running play right side. There's some room down the sideline, and that's a 9-yard gain on a strong run for London.
Yeah, he did run that hard, right down the right side. Didn't slow down, and doesn't afraid to take a hit there, number 2.
See the blocking. They seal this side off and give a lot of room down that sideline. And hey, if you're getting 7, 8, 9 yards on first down against a Refugio defense, then you've got some things you can build on, to say the least.
Exactly. You're doing your job. Your guys up front are blocking the way they're supposed to, so good job. 2nd
and 1, you can open up the playbook quite a bit during the regular season. Now here, with no 4th down available to cushion, 2nd down becomes a little less of a gamble, because you want to ensure you move the chains first and foremost and keep that offense moving the ball on this drive. The quarterback ready to go for this next one. 3 receivers set this time to the right-hand side for Corpus Christi London. Quick delivery down the left. That's up for grabs and overthrown. And that's just simply getting rid of the ball.
Oh, yeah. Looked like the receiver was looking to maybe go to the left side, turned it to the right, just looked up, could not find the ball.
You're watching scrimmage action from Odem. The Odem Owls, one of the schools that we picked up as a coverage school this year. Up the road, Woodsboro. We'll be there tomorrow night for some volleyball action. It's not all about football for Rio Sports Live. Yes, we're going to hit the football teams, but we're also hitting volleyball right now, trying to present opportunities for fans to watch these games. In some of these gyms, there are no fans allowed. Here in this one, I think they went with 50% capacity.
That's right. Odem. Yeah, 50% on visitor and on the home side. So definitely attendance is down. This stadium here will hold about half capacity, about 800 on the home, 700 on the visitor.
Normally, when Refugio would be in town for a scrimmage, would it be packed?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They definitely bring a big crowd every time.
3rd and short for Corpus Christi London. Good snap, running play left-hand side. Try to get it to the outside, and nothing doing as Refugio slams that one down.
Oh, yeah, and that's a 3 and out, because they won't get the 4th down since they're not at the 20. They'll start over.
So you would call that consecutive stops now by the Refugio defense. And they were allowed 10 plays, and that may have been the 10th play for the Corpus Christi London offense. And we'll take a quick break. As Refugio on the field, we'll keep the commercials running. The sponsors are what's driving this show, my friends. I've got a lot of games to cover, a lot of schools wanting their games covered. At the very least, pay attention to who's sponsoring these games early on. If you know a business, if you are a business, reach out to the number below. We need your help to do what we're about to do this year.
Order at 956-626-2183. Dine-in and curbside pickup is available. Again, we invite you to dine at Sweet Deli and More in San Benito, Texas.
So we are back here at Odem High School, and you see the London defense there prepping for the Refugio offense, which is going to be on the field for the first time. And one thing about this Refugio team out of the gate is there's some shoes to fill.
Yes, absolutely. They did lose some good seniors last year, so they got some guys that got to step up and see if they can fill those shoes.
But when you win a state championship, it always seems to be a bit easier to find guys willing to put in the extra work to be on the field to be a part of the next big team.
Oh, absolutely. And Refugio's famous for that. They definitely have a lot of guys that want to step up every single year.
Refugio will bring their squad out. They're in the orange uniforms, traditional orange uniforms with the white trim. We'll see Refugio a couple of times in regular season broadcasts with the teams we already have in the mix on the Rio Sports Live list of teams and schools that we're covering. So we'll see them a couple of times. And this is my first live view of a Refugio team, so I'm kind of excited to call this one. Pass play on first down, and they'll go for it all. Right-hand side, that's overthrown, but that could have connected for 6.
Oh, yeah, that was right off his fingertips. He almost had that one. Timing just off just a little bit.
It's going to bring up second down for Refugio. We'll take a look at just how much separation that receiver had on that play.
Definitely utilizing the speed there.
Incomplete pass. And it brings up, they're calling it still first down, so I didn't see a penalty on that, but hey, I
didn't either. So
it's a warm-up game for yours truly too, my friends.
Exactly. So these officials haven't really taken the field since last year. So yeah, it's definitely some warm-up for them. You can see we have more officials than normal here. So a lot of these guys are getting in their practice. They were limited in scrimmages this year. This might be their first scrimmage. Definitely get something under their belt here.
For sure. Play coming up for Refugio. This will be remain first down. And this time they'll run it off a right tackle. Quickly shut down by Corpus Christi London. Nice hit that time by the front 4. Shutting that play down.
Yeah, 22 had a very small hole. He tried to get it, but London did a great job of filling it in.
We were given a couple of names. Rudy tried to scribble them down. We believe that's Caleb Kesseltine out there at quarterback for Refugio, but so often when I am placed in this position in which I don't have a roster and I've given limited names, I leave the names away.
Yes, it's a lot easier.
Just out of respect, I don't want to call somebody's name that's not making a play. Twin receivers left-hand side, single receiver to the right-hand side. Backs offset in the backfield, running play, and that shut down in a hurry. Big play made. Nobody touched big number 64.
Oh, yeah, he went through that line really easy. Got there to the running back and just took him right down.
Take a look at that play on the replay, and you can see here, this is a lineman's dream. If you can get to the quarterback about the time he's handing the ball off, which was that case there, that's what usually happens.
Oh, yeah, he saw that pull going and just ran in there quick.
Instant replay, a little new wrinkle that we've brought into Rio Sports Live for this football season, and we've got some more bells and whistles that we'll be unveiling. Right now you see a score clock on the screen. Normally we would be keeping relatively close to the time on the score clock. We would certainly keep the scores in the quarter for you. But in this case, score clock is not operating tonight because it's all scripted as far as the number of plays and no time limit. Running play left-hand side, breaking a couple of tackles, banging out for about a 7-yard gain for Refugio.
Yeah, a little misdirection there. Number 9 came from the right side and just came around behind the quarterback and took it to the left side.
Take a look at this play. Is again, this time you can see when those receivers get out in front and can deliver blocks. You got some linemen downfield too, about 6-7 yards downfield, delivering some key blocks. And that's in a scrimmage. I know coaches, when they go back and watch that film, they like to see those linemen 6-7 yards finding a man to hit to open those plays up. Second down coming up for Refugio. Live action coming your way here on Rio Sports Live. Live football throughout the season this year, my friends, as again, due to the COVID-19 situation, UIL unveiled the curtain. They pulled it back for the first time as long as I've known, and are going to allow football games to be broadcast. They're limiting the crews that are available to broadcast. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Long play, right or middle of the field. That's overthrown again.
Yeah, intended for number 1. Looks like Jordan Kelly, if the name's right. Great job. Wide open in the middle.
So you watch a play like that and you say, okay, you know you're looking at a new quarterback. You're trying to develop a new receiver, but you see that the receiver got open. So that's the kind of play that, all right, we'll work on that. And if that's open later on the season, those guys will be dialed in, and that'll be big plays.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It doesn't take a Refugio very long to tweak that and get these guys on board, in sync, on the same page.
Train coming by. We got our crowd mic outside, and it's in a good spot to catch that train whistle. And if you're not familiar with being at Odem, well, I'm not, and so I'm not used to that. But fans that are, that probably means nothing.
That's a common occurrence around here.
Third down play coming up for Refugio. This is an opportunity here for the CC London team to make a big play and shut down the first drive of Refugio. 3 receivers right, 1 receiver out to the left-hand side. On this play, they'll look right all the way, pressure, ball delivered, caught, and then it's going to be close enough. It looks like a first down for Refugio. Nice job of delivering that ball on the pass.
Oh, yeah, right over the line. Stayed focused, even knew he was going to get hit, and he did get hit from every angle.
We'll take a look at this. Watch the hit delivered to the quarterback as he delivers this ball. Bang. Receiver does a nice job in traffic, and a lot of times the receiver will backpedal. He didn't. And so a first down for Refugio. First down play here now for Refugio. This is the first time their offense has been on the field. And what they'll do is go with the 1s first, and then they'll have the 2s on the field, and then we'll see Odem for the first time after the 2s enter the field, correct?
Yeah, so they'll do these, and then London will go off to the sideline, take a break, and Odem will come in and do the same thing.
First down play for Refugio. Turn that crowd mic down just a bit. I don't think Rudy put it down on the field. First down play for Refugio. Bad snap. That's going to be blown dead. And again, in a live game, well, that's an exciting play. Here, they don't want anything going on back there.
Exactly. And it looked like that ball was intended for the running back, 28. Looked like a little trickery right there.
Remains first down. They evidently spotted something the officials did and blew that play dead. Warm night here at Odem. Our thanks to the Odem School District for assisting us and providing us a spot to broadcast the game in the press box. It's not the warmest, or it's not the coldest. It's not the warmest either. I've been in some hot ones. Last year we were at Ed Couch, and it was 127. We ran to the store and bought an air conditioner and put it in the window just to see if it would work for a little while, and it did cool it down to about 100 by the time we saw the sun go down.
That was the same play they tried earlier, and successful right there.
Good run for about 8 yards. So again, running play, right side has worked a couple of times. You're seeing multiple running backs shuffled in and out for Refugio. Again, these scrimmages so often, coaches are just seeing who can make a play when somebody in another uniform is coming up against you. And most of these teams have been cracking heads for about 2 weeks now, and actually a full contact and with pads.
Yeah, this is the first time they get to see an opponent. They've been hitting each other for 2 weeks now, so yeah, it's definitely fun for them to see somebody else and show off their skills.
Second down play coming up for Refugio. The visiting side across the way, they have bleachers marked. They're allowing families to sit together. I know that's happening in a lot of these stadiums. Your family is staying at home together, and so when they travel together, they're allowed to seat together. A lot of the stadiums, you're going to see a more restrictions as far as when you travel there. So my advice to fans is to keep track of what to expect when you get to stadiums. When you start getting to the bigger games, it's going to be limited, and you want to make sure you have a seat when you go to these big games. Nice play on a run to the left-hand side. That's a first down for Refugio, and that's a tailback using blockers and patience before he made the immediate jump upfield.
Exactly. He had some nice cuts right there to the outside. Able to gain some extra yards and get that first down.
At Corpus Christi, I was near a meeting when they were trying to go over seating charts, and they were toying with, we're going to sell tickets game day at the game, and you have to, if you're going to get a ticket, you have to take your ticket and walk in and sit down. I'm not sure if they stayed with that, but I've heard other schools that are doing that so that they know who bought the ticket, where they're going, and when they're going in. And then once you get there, then they're establishing where you can sit. And then they're ultimately saying how many people can come in to these games. And it's all decided in sometimes game day. Sweep right side. give up some room. Nice move made in the secondary. That's just to get back a couple of yards. However, it's a gain for Refugio.
Yeah, used some zigzags right there. Got about 4 yards. Brings up second down.
Looking for our first, what you would call, big play of this game. We had a big catch by the CC London offense. And this Refugio team has just methodically marched the ball downfield. They're getting to the point where they're about to run out of time in the number of plays that are allowed. If they get in the 20, then they're allowed to continue the drive and try to punch it in for a score. But in this case, second down and 6 yards to go. You may see them go over the top just to see if they can execute something deep. Twins right side, offset eye on the backfield. Man in motion goes right to left. He'll shift in the backfield. A lot of options from this setup here for Refugio. They'll look to throw, swing it right inside. Man, they're caught inside the 15-yard line, down to the 10. Big first down for Refugio.
Nice catch by 14, jumping up and getting that ball high.
We got a wasp that came into the broadcast booth. I saw a big nest outside. You going to get him?
Yeah.
All right. Confirm hit, but not kill. He's down there mad. Oh. Right in front of Rudy now.
He's out.
Some fan may enjoy that. Let's take a look at that pass play. Going back to that completed pass. This is 3rd and 6. Second and 6. And Rudy's trying to get homed in on the camera too, friends. He'll get there. This is all just warm up and practice. First down, though, for Refugio. And now that they're inside the 15-yard line, inside the 20 actually, then they'll be allowed to set up a drive. And if they can finish it off, they can still get a first down, believe it or not, without getting in the end zone, as that ball is just outside the 10. So on 3 downs, if they can get a first down, they can actually have one more chance to get this in. Man in motion. Quarterback on the read will keep it. Hit hard. Down he goes. Very short gain.
Yeah, not much there up the middle. Front line did a good job of staying home and keeping an eye on the quarterback.
Fans watching wherever you may be on our social media, if you're watching on our Facebook, give us a shout out where you're watching these games from. That's always fun to see. And also, we encourage you to like and follow our Facebook that assists us in getting numbers. When we're talking to sponsors or potential advertisers, usually the number is asked, well, what are your numbers? And I can tell you up front, 22 million views in 2.5 years isn't a bad number, but they always like to get more and more numbers. And so if you're watching our game on our social media, on Facebook, share and like that. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, then subscribe to the channel if you will, please, to again assist in getting those numbers up. We do have Roku and Apple TV, which traditionally would be going on with our biggest game of the night. And so fans would have the ability to watch on Roku or on Apple TV. Of course, our website is also pushing out, and Twitter Live with video is right now our platforms in which we are sending these games out. See, we have some fans watching from Refugio, also watching from Robstown, and want to send a shout out in the direction of Glencoe, Minnesota. How about Brownsville, Texas, tuning in? That's what I'm saying. It's always neat to see just how far out fans are watching these games here tonight. Under center this time, pitch out left-hand side for Refugio. They'll bounce it outside, stay with the play, gain a couple yards. That's just extra effort by the tailback. And again, in a normal night, no, there wouldn't be a big, heavy crowd in front of the camera when we're down this close to the end zone. But in this case, we get what we get with a single camera operation in Odem. Goliad, send a shout out in that direction. Or in Rios, Banquette, Texas. I want to send a shout out in that direction. Raymondville, tuning in. Thanks for joining us here on Real Sports Live. Share the link. It really does help get the word out to other fans who may not know these games are going on. Corpus Christi, send a shout out in that direction. Leander, appreciate you there. Apple TV would normally be found by going to the VTX1 app on Apple TV or Roku. However, we're doing some maintenance on that, trying to get that where the ability is to change channels and see different games on those. And so that's not in play tonight, but normally that's what you would do. Load the VTX1 app, and then Rio Sports will be there. Touchdown, Refugio. That's your first score of the night. And they cap off the drive with a score.
Yeah, number 9, right up the gut. Good hole for him. Able to get in there and get 6 for Refugio.
Let's watch that here as you see the The play, they went under center once they got inside the 10. And then driving forward for the ultimate 6 points. Extra point coming up for Refugio.
Should be uncontested. It just practice for the kicker here.
Send a shout out to Harlingen, Texas. See fans tuning in from there. Extra point coming up for Refugio as the offense drove the ball downfield. If you're London, you're looking at it and it's like you didn't give up big plays. You gave up a sustained drive, but you did make some plays against some talented athletes. Extra point's good.
Absolutely. They did a fine job. One big play was about all they gave up on the right side on that big pass. Other than that, they did hold their own.
Next drive coming up right after this.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Internet is more than just uploads and downloads. It's about connecting people. VTX1 Companies is here for you, bringing communities closer together. VTX1 has connected customers for almost 70 years. Our internet service spans across South Texas to some of the most remote areas. Faster wireless service is now available in Progreso, Lozano, Rangerville, and Rancho Viejo. Call 1-800-446-2031 or visit vtx1.net to find out more.
All right, welcome back, guys. We're right here in Odem, Texas. You got Refugio and London on the field for their first scrimmage of the year. The ones just got done. First team offense, first team defense. Now you're going to see the second teams from both sides take the field. Each one will get 10 plays on offense to try to score. The rules are pretty simple. So if they get a first down, they continue down the field. If they're not, then they're brought back to about the 20-25, wherever they place the ball to begin the game. If they get inside the 20, then they continue to go until they either are stopped or they score. So fine contest. We already seen a good matchup between the ones. Now we'll see what the twos have. After this, Refugio will be doing the same thing with Odem. Odem's varsity will take them on, go 10-10 on the first team, 10-10 on second team, and then you'll see Refugio go on home, and London will finish off with Odem. And they're actually going to do a live quarter. It will be a running clock, though, but they'll go almost like game time, just as they would in a game. So this is first time broadcasting for us guys here. Normally we do radio. You've listened to us before, do a lot of district games, playoff games, but this is fun and exciting for us, able to bring to you live football here from Odem, Texas. Help you guys that are out there that don't have the ability or means to get out of the house. It will be harder this year. A lot of these stadiums are going to go to 50% capacity, so it will be hard to get in some of these games. Best opportunity might be to stay home and watch Real Sports Live, tune in and check out some games.
It's different, you got this COVID situation, and like you talked about earlier, having this opportunity to stream the games, and you don't get that often. Most of the time you watch the games on championship games up at Jerry World. And, we're going to get the opportunity to do, every week, hopefully.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So UIL did relax their rules this year. You're able to broadcast games on Friday, Saturday nights. So here we go. Here's London's second team offense going against the Refugio's second team defense. And let's see what we got. Quarterback hands off, goes to the left side. It's met really quick and stopped right there, right at the line of scrimmage.
Nice surge by the Bobcats. Yeah, they're pretty quick. They're not as big as the first string, Well, I take that back. 64 is pretty big.
He's a big kid. Yeah, absolutely. These second string guys are definitely out here trying to score some points with the coach, trying to see if they can get on that first team. And a lot of them are just on the bubble, so they might just get their opportunity.
Yeah, you're right. This is the time to shine. This is their chance to catch the coach's eye and, hey, might get a starting, spot somewhere.
Absolutely, yeah. There you go. London's second down play here. Going out of shotgun formation, we got 2 receivers on the right, 2 receivers on the left. There he goes, rolls out to his left side looking for a receiver. Oh, right through the hands of his receiver. Left-handed quarterback right there. Don't see that very often.
No.
Reminiscent of some older quarterbacks we've seen. But, yeah, did a good job rolling out. Just didn't make the play right there.
Nice coverage. The defender was right there with him, and that quarterback put the ball just in perfect spot and just couldn't handle it.
Yeah, he did break away. He did get some good distance between him and the defender, so good job there. There we go. Quarterback's back to shotgun formation. 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. He's got his tailback right there next to him. Quarterback keeps it, goes right up the gut. Big old hole. He's got a lot of room to run. He's going to get the first down easy and keep on going. He's going down the sideline, taking out of bounds right around the 30-yard line. Nice hard run by that quarterback. Here's the replay. You can see what quarterback did right here. Did a fine job of going right up the gut. Big hole right there for him. Refugio all around wasn't able to make the tackle. He's got some good speed, able to get to that outside. Refugio was able to catch up and stop him. There we go. Shotgun formation again for London. He's got 2 receivers on the left, 2 receivers on his right. Looking around, gets a snap, hands off, right up the middle. Not much doing there. They keyed off on that running back. Weren't too worried about the quarterback on that one.
Yeah, no, the previous play, the quarterback did a good job of riding that running back and then pulling it the last second and had a big old hole.
Yeah, so here we go. We're going to get a second down for London Pirates. They're right inside the 30-yard line. It looks like about the 26.
They tried to go no huddle or quick huddle on after the big game, but now they're kind of slowing it down.
There we go. Quarterback shotgun formation again. 2 receivers on the right, 2 receivers on the left. Man in motion coming from the left side. There's the snap. Roll out to his right side, looking for somebody. Man open, but throws right behind him.
He caught it.
Yeah, it is a catch. Ruled a catch. Nice grab by that receiver, number 1. Catch on his backside. See it here on the replay. It's the quarterback looking around, get his man in motion. Here's number 1. Here's the guy who makes a catch coming right there. Turns it up and just kicks it right out. Had plenty of room out there had the quarterback just led him. But not bad. Good job by number 1.
Yeah, and for a lefty quarterback, that's not an easy throw either.
Exactly, yeah. He's having to twist his body a little different there just to make that throw. Here we go. 2 receivers on the left, 2 receivers on the right again, shotgun. Throws out to his left, number 1 right there. Little cut move, goes back inside. More cut right there. Taken all the way down to about the 16-yard line. Let's see where they mark him.
Nice quick pass for that, to get just enough to get the first down. That's what you want in this situation.
Oh, yeah, good job right there by the receiver, seeing that guy and just cutting it inside. Nice move, made him slip. Able to get enough yards for that first down inside the 20. So they definitely have the opportunity to try to score here. Second team offense for London against the second team defense for Refugio. Quarterback shotgun again. Looking to his right side. Throws it. Oh, incomplete. Just a little bit short there on that throw.
This will be London's first year in 3A big school, I believe. The last couple of years they were in Odem's district. In the last 2 years, they played the final game of the season for the district championship, and splitting. The Odem won it 2 years ago, and London won it last year.
Fine job by London last year. They were able to really dominate that game.
Yeah.
I mean, they started off quick and never let off on that game. So, great job by London there, making their first district championship. Of course, then just to turn around and have to move up to bigger schools.
Yeah.
Quarterback again, shotgun formation, dropping straight back, looking to his right side, has a man open right there. Ooh, just a little bit short. Nice coverage by 26. Let's catch that replay right there. Looks over to his left. And it looks to his right there, has the man right there. Just didn't have enough oomph on that ball to get it right over there in that corner.
Yeah, of course the defender had a couple of feet on that wide receiver also.
Yeah,
he was in perfect position.
He's a tall kid right there. So it does bring up, it looks like 3rd down, 3rd and 10 for the London Pirates. Now they will have an 4th down opportunity, so they don't have to get all of them right now, but they definitely have to get a 1st down here or a touchdown. Quarterback hands it off, met right away by 59 in the backfield. Might have lost 1 or 2 yards right there. Great job by 59, just crashing that and bringing down the running back.
I don't think there was anybody that touched 59, and he caused all kinds of problems for the offense on that play.
So let's see what they'll do right here. I'm assuming they're just going to go straight play. I don't think they would try a kick right here. Really no point getting points on the score.
In the scrimmage, you probably want to take advantage of that extra down, extra play.
Get some work under you and try to see what your boys can do on a 4th down situation. So here we go. A little different formation for London now. He's got a running back on his right side, on his left side. Looking around, ready to get the ball. Hands it off to running back, but he lost the ball right there. Fumble. And that, let's see where we're at. Number of plays. So they didn't get the 1st down, which means if they're still within their allowed at 10 plays, then they'll start from there and go the other way.
Yeah, I think they're still, somebody's counting on their fingers down there. See how many plays they got left.
Yeah, so if they do, they'll just turn them around and go the other direction. If not, if they did go through all their 10, then that'll bring up Refugio's 2nd team offense and London's 2nd team defense. So that is a break. All right, here's a commercial, guys.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom design.
All right, guys, and we're back here. Now, we did, it was a turnover there. That was the end of 10 plays for London. They weren't able to capitalize, so it'll be Refugio's 2nd team offense trying to see if they can get on the board here against London's 2nd team defense.
Hey, we talked about London last year and how, they did a good job. Kudos to Coach Moreno and his coaching staff. They do a good job, and they're always in the playoffs year after year.
There we go. Refugio will get a quarterback shotgun formation. Looks to his left side. Throws it incomplete right through the hands of his receiver. Just straight drop back pass right there. Nothing fancy, nothing big.
Another lefty.
Yeah, another lefty quarterback right there. So as the games progress, of course, we'll get rosters, we'll get names for you guys. You'll be able to know who's out there playing the positions, and it'll be a lot easier for you guys to follow along. For now, we'll just go with the numbers, and of course, we'll go with the teams right here. So this will be 2nd down for Refugio. Breaking out of the huddle, quarterback looking around. He's in shotgun formation again. Looks like he's got 2 receivers on his right, 1 on his left. Man in motion coming from his right side. Hands off to his right side right there. Nice room by that running back. 16 takes it on the right side. He gets some positive yards. Looks like about 7 yards for the running back. So that'll give us 3rd down and 3 here for Refugio. Now they do have to get a 1st down on this one. If not, they'll take him back to the 30-yard line.
You know, and usually, coaches don't put no. If they do put numbers, sometimes they're not the right numbers they're going to wear on Friday night, and coaches just don't want to give too much before they start the season.
Good point right there. Yeah, absolutely. So these are just practice jerseys. Numbers definitely could change from one week to the next, especially next week, first game. A lot of schools opening up next week. It'll be a fun weekend for South Texas. Some good football around. So here we go. Quarterback, shotgun formation again. Man in motion for his left side. Hands off, number 16 on his left side. Goes around the backside. Gets good room. Stays on his feet. And able to get some good yards there, take it across midfield.
Nice job, number 16. As you look on the replay, he never stops. His feet are always going. Guys arm tackling, and you see that early on. Nice moves also. A little face mask right there. Great job by number 16.
Absolutely. Nice hard run. And like I said, yeah, these officials are out here getting their work in, getting their practice. I know it's not easy sometimes, but if there is a penalty, they will throw the flag. They will not enforce it, but they'll definitely get their practice in because it's not easy to come out here and try to catch every single little thing. So kudos to the officials out here. There you go. Quarterback comes out. Shotgun formation again. Quarterback looks like he's number 7. Hard to see from up here, but there he goes. Drops straight back, looking his left side. Throws it wide open, but throws it short. Intended for 23 right there.
And it looked like that could have been a pass interference. Defender never turned around, never looked for the ball. I mean, you being an official yourself.
Yeah, it's
look at the replay.
You'll see him right there. He's going. Waits a little bit too long, but the defender did a good job to try to avoid that contact. Sees him drop down and just moves around him, skirts around just enough to avoid the flag.
So you're defending your officials then?
Well, just sometimes.
Okay, I'm just making sure. see where you stand sometimes.
All right. So looks like first down we're going to come the other way. So they're swapping sides. Not sure what happened there. So that was third down. So they didn't get the first down. Doesn't look like they're going to move them all the way back to the 30. They might.
Oh, coach is moving them back.
Yeah, it is taking them to the 30. So yeah, Refugio did not get their first down. They were out after 3. They don't get the opportunity to punt or go for fourth down. The only time they can go on fourth is if they're actually inside the 20. So it looks like because the Owls are actually warming up on the south end zone, south side of the field, they're going to start right here at the 45-yard line. Quarterback gets ready. Looks like he's fakes the handoff, keeps it, goes to the right side, drops his shoulder down, and gets about 5 yards.
You know, nice job by the quarterback on his fake, but London did a heck of a job also. As you see on the replay, they stay home, and he gets a few yards, but it would have been a lot bigger if they wouldn't have stayed home.
Yeah, you see him right there. He's trying to ride that running back. See who's going to hand off or keep, and just takes it on the right side.
Great job by London's defense. I mean, he still picked up 5 yards, but, I mean, it being Refugio, it could have been a lot worse.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, looks like the down marker's showing third down, 3rd and 5. So, here we go. Refugio's going to be coming out. Try to see if they can get a first down or even get a little bit more than that. They're running out of plays, get to their limit of 10.
That's what he did last with the first teamers. He knew he was almost out of plays, and he threw that ball down the field and got inside the 20 to get some extra plays. So let's see what he does here.
Oh, yeah, quarterback right there. Back down, shotgun formation. He's got a little different formation there for Refugio. Hands off to 16 on the right side. He's got plenty of room. Looks to get the first down, and sure does. Gets right over that yard marker. So nice run by Refugio right there. They've done that a few times right there where the running back comes from the opposite side and goes right behind the quarterback. Good lead blocks right there by Refugio. Guards pulling right there, going on the right side.
Both guards were pulling on that play.
Nice job. So that will give Refugio a first down at about the 33-yard line. Let's see what they do right here. say there is no game clock, there is no play clock. So coaches out here, this is a glorified practice, so to speak. Coaching their kids up, getting involved. After every play, getting in them and letting them know the little things they did wrong, little things they did right, and just help them improve as players.
Yeah, but we will see a live quarter, like you said earlier, when London and Odem wrap up the scrimmage. So it'll be one full quarter of 12 minutes, correct?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And the coaches will come off the field. They won't be on there, and you won't have the backups back there as well. So here we go, Refugio. Like I said, here's the coach making little adjustments for his guys, getting them on board so they know what's going on. They know what to do. Quarterback is ready. Shotgun formation again. Here, man in motion. Here's that same play. Man from behind. Nice little run there. Able to get some yards.
Got tripped up there. He might have been able to squeeze some more yardage, but he tripped up and only grabbed a couple.
Yeah. So the Refugio's been doing that with their second team. They didn't do it so much with the first team, but that second team, they've been utilizing that play. It's a nice little misdirection type play.
Yeah. No, you can do a lot more things like line up and run straight at you when you got those big boys up front.
Oh, absolutely.
So, but this helps also, the misdirection, and it makes the game a little more interesting. Also, I know our cameraman got faked out earlier. So yeah, it kind of messes with you.
It does. You got to pay attention. Well, sometimes it's hard. Even the best. You look at the pros, man. You see some little mistakes right there where you think the ball's supposed to go somewhere and it doesn't go exactly there.
Yeah.
But here we go. Refugio. Looks like they have a second down, shotgun formation. A little more where 2 receivers on the left, 2 receivers on the right. Quarterback gets it, throws it to number 13, bobbles the ball and drops it right there, incomplete. Those you got to be careful with because if that ball is just a little bit behind, that could be a fumble. So you see here on the play, look at number 13, split out there, just above, just in front of the quarterback. Quarterback drops back, so yeah, definitely a forward pass there, and just not able to hold it.
Yeah, that defender almost grabbed that pass, the number 17 coming across.
I tell you what, and that is a hard play for the official when you have limited officials because normally you're on the line and then you got to make a judgment call on that back play because you can't drop back so fast. So definitely something the officials out there working on. So it looks like they are going to get some more opportunities here for the Refugio. Third down, right around the 30-yard line. Shotgun formation for the quarterback, number 7. 3 receivers on his right, 1 receiver on his left. Gets the ball, drops back, looking at his right side, throws it. Might have mind open, but almost intercepted, thrown short again. Nice job by the defender right there, keeping his eyes on that ball and trying to get it up high. Just couldn't come down with it.
He misjudged it. If you look on the replay coming up, he was at the right place at the right time. Quarterback got hit right as he was throwing. So, and look at the defender. He jumps a little too early.
Exactly. A little excited right there. Knew he was going to get a pick 6 possibly.
Yeah.
That happens.
I don't think he would have been able – they would have blown a whistle right away. But, it still would have been an interception.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. He's looking to score, but good job. That looks like that is going to do it for second teams. That sure is. We're going to go ahead and take a break right here from Real Sports Live.
To mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito. When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats, Laguna Madre Baits. 828 Westport Drive, Fort Mansfield, Texas.
We are back here on Rio Sports Live. Thanks again for joining us in Odem, Texas. Joe Bowling and Jacob Ramiro now joins me. And Jacob, we get to see the Odem Owls for the first time on the field, and they get to take on this Refugio team, a team we've already saw a little bit earlier in this scrimmage.
We do, Joe, and it's from a Odem standpoint, a lot of folks have been trying to get eyeballs on this team. It's a real young team coming this year. A lot of juniors, a lot of sophomores. Lost a couple of good experienced kids last year from the senior class. So everybody's kind of anxious to see what these guys are going to bring back this year.
I was talking to the coach for the Odem Owls, Coach Huerta, was telling me, he's got some ties to this Refugio team and squad. He knows what they're all about, and he is anxious to have his team go against these kids.
Yeah, I'll speak a little more on Coach Huerta there. He's got a ring from Refugio. He was the secondary coach, defensive coordinator there when they won back in 2011, I want to say. So, yeah, he's got some history with the coaching staff. He knows their tendencies, knows what they like to do. So it's always interesting when these guys get together.
He also knows his team will get a true test.
Yeah.
Jacob, we'll talk a little bit about your podcast that's been going on that will continue to go on in football season. This is Jacob Ramiro joining me. I'm Joe Bowling on Rio Sports Live. But you guys have got a real popular podcast going on, and it's going to happen again this year.
Yeah, well, we kind of did away with the podcast. We're going more of the live show now, but we are part of South Texas Football Unlimited. We kind of built our following a couple years ago and trying to showcase some of these smaller teams, some of these smaller not smaller athletes, but I guess to use a pro term, a smaller market athlete to get a little exposure to these kids and try to help them extend their football playing careers. And it's really taken off. We decided to go the video feed this year because we thought, doing a podcast, it was great, but you still don't get eyes on these kids. So we figured we'd go these video routes and things like this. These kids can see who these athletes are and they can talk, or these other folks can see who the athletes are, they can talk, and kind of give their background on how they feel with sports and whatnot. And now it's going to be a little interesting, especially with what we've got going on outside of sports, and get a little different perspective there.
This team is one of the teams you'll be featuring. Talk about a little bit about the mix of smaller schools, but there's a lot of them around here. So just how far is the scope as far as what fans can expect?
Well, we originally decided to stick around the Coastal Bend. We're not like the Valley where you've got a multi-district, multi-school ISD. We've got one, which is Corpus Christi, and to get another multi-school ISD, you've got to go 2 hours north of San Antonio or 2 hours down south to the Valley. So honestly, they take up a lot of the coverage, which is understandable. The bigger schools, bigger eyeballs on it. So we just thought, some of these smaller schools, your Mathises, your Taft's, your Banquetes, they've got some athletes that can play football too. So we just decided, let's give a little spotlight to these kids as well.
Now let's talk about this contest getting ready to take place here. The Odem Owls on the field, on their home field, but for fans accustomed to being at their games year in, year out, it's limited opportunity to see this team on their home field this year. They'd have some big games that normally would be played here that aren't on the schedule.
Yeah, we called it, just like everybody else did, realignment 2.0, right? So with everything that came down, the schedule shifts, the late starts for the bigger schools, and just the quarantine of teams, it brought up some very interesting matchups that we're not used to seeing this year. Odem, for instance, has a Natalia team that I don't think we've ever played before. So that's on the schedule this year. Karn City, which Odem usually meets in the playoffs, is on this schedule. And then you kind of bounce around a little bit. Sitten, it's got some interesting schools on there. Cal Allen's playing Waco La Vega this season, week 3, if everything pans out. There's just a lot of interesting football that's going to happen here around the Coastal Bend and associated with these Coastal Bend teams.
Fans that are tuning in asking about it, is the Refugio game over? No, that's not the case. Refugio, a matter of fact, is on the field, and they'll be taking on this Odem Owl team. And Odem will go traditional scrimmage format against Refugio. But then, Jacob, we get to see a little better wrinkle as far as non-scripted stuff with a live quarter.
Yeah, so just like you said, Joe, so they'll go a scripted quarter here. Refugio and Odem, and then after that, you're going to see the Odem-London matchup where they're going to go live quarter. And, probably some hard feelings in that game, considering the way the season ended for both these teams last year, or the regular season ended for both these teams last year. Just like Jesse was saying earlier, Odem had, I think, 5 state district championships, and losing one to London last year, just like Jesse said, in their last year in small 3A. So they haven't seen each other since, and Odem hasn't. Well, I'm not gonna say they haven't hit anybody since, because they had a one-round playoff. But to quote Coach Huerta, you've got to bring trophies home to be considered a winner, and they didn't bring any trophies home last year. No district championship, no bi-district championship. So the Odem kids are hungry, and London's got a lot to prove this year. Moving up to the bigger ranks, they're going to be facing the George Wests. Actually, no, George West dropped this year. Yeah, see, a lot of movement this year.
Yeah, there is a ton of movement
this year. So, but London's got something to prove as well. They're going to jump up a classification with the Bishops. And, it's going to be interesting.
Talk about this Odem squad, and we talked to Coach, and he's really not going to pull back the envelope too much and give a real peek at what he's got. But he does want to take a look at some players, and as the offense comes on the field right now, who's back? What do we expect out of this team? Jacob, from your perspective.
Well, see, right under center, you've got Hunter Dawson, who came up last year as a very big kid, tremendous athlete.
First down play, that'll be a fumbled snap on the delivery. They do make the hit and continue to play. Carry on.
He's going to be expected to lead this team, but he's not going to be the only one. You've got a junior coming back, Marcus Martinez, who had a very standout sophomore season. One of the younger kids that started playing at varsity last year that's expected to be a leader this year on the offense.
That was a first down play. Now they'll get a second and a third down. If they don't attain the 10 yards, then the drive will come to an end, and they'll start again. They're allowed a certain number of plays on the offensive side, and then we'll see the Refugio offense out against the Odem Owls.
So one of the biggest concerns that Coach Huerta's had, and the whole offensive side of the ball, is the offensive line. They lost a lot of seniors, lost a lot of experience last year, so if anything, that's going to be the rebuilding point on the offensive side.
Shotgun formation with twin receivers left, a single receiver to the right side, single back in the backfield, quick handoff up the middle. That's shut down quickly. You talk about the offensive line. Well, they're going against what is probably the most returners coming back from the state champion Refugio team.
Yes. That's not a bad thing to have. They've got Defensive Player of the Year coming back, Xavier Wills, who's on the defensive side of the ball, and that's not a bad player to build your defense around.
Brings up third down for the Odem Owls. Appreciate you fans out there who are tuning in. Share the link. I think that's Mr. Wills right there, back there, wearing number 9. Third down for Odem. This time they'll overload the left side with the receivers. 3 of those set out there. Wide right, single receiver. They'll look quickly on a receiver screen. It's dropped incomplete.
Ooh, that could be a
That's
fumble.
a near live play.
Yep. A lot of times during the scrimmages, you forget that, there's still live balls, and you've got to go all the way 100%.
Let's take a look at just how close that was to being a fumble. I know on those receiver screens, he takes a step back, and we'll take a look.
Oh, that's close.
Ooh, that is close.
That's close. But the defensive player was aware. He went after it. Plays like that, you can't take a rest on. The worst thing they do is take it away from you, say it was a forward pass.
Refugio now backs up. Fans asking where we'll be tomorrow. I know we'll be at Buccaneer Stadium to see that Corpus Christi Miller team, and I'm as excited to see them as I was to get my first eyes on Refugio this year, Jacob. And there's reason with the firepower that's coming back for Miller.
Miller, they are an animal all amongst themselves. If you saw what they put up last year, I think they were the 5th ranked offense in the state last year as far as points scored. Any game that you saw them play, they lit it up. And we expect a lot of the same from them this year. Andrew Body's coming back, recent Texas Southern commit. And he's got a lot of skill players to build around. McCullion Williams is coming back at running back for those guys.
Owls get a nice gain there. That's a good 7-yard pickup on a carry to the right-hand side. A nice play against this Refugio defense. Yeah, they put up 54 a game, if I had my numbers right, last year.
Yep.
And it's not a stretch to say that 60 could be the norm for that offense this year, other than their schedule.
There was a couple games last year they could have scored 100, and I'm not exaggerating. There was a couple of those games, and they pumped the brakes on it. But, that offense is going to be it's going to be something else. You thought they were good last year. They'll probably be just as good, if not better, this year.
Dropping to another level to play. They're in some heavy waters as far as some good football teams.
Yeah, for you guys who haven't kept – well, let's let this play go through.
Okay, first down play for Odem. Pass play, and that's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, for those guys who haven't been, or for you folks who haven't kept up with who's dropped down or whatnot, everybody from 5A Division I seemed like they dropped down this year with a realignment. Cal Allen's in this district, Port Lavaca Calhoun's in this district, Miller's in this district, Beeville Jones is in this district. It's, our opinion at South Texas Football Unlimited, it's probably one of the toughest districts in the state. Hands down, probably the toughest district in the region.
Miller opens next week at home, and that'll be a tough game.
Yep, they do open at home.
Second down play coming up for Odem. And they'll look to throw. Pressure coming. Quarterback gets away from it, though. They're going to run. Takes on a defender and ends up gaining some out of that. Good secondary coverage, though.
Making something out of nothing. That's one of the things that Mr. Dawson brings to this offense is he can step back in the pocket. He can throw it around, and he's very mobile.
Brings up third down for the Odem Owls. They were shut down in their first part of this drive. This is the new set of downs against Refugio's offense. If you're just joining us, we're in Odem. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be covering the Owls throughout the season. Refugio, of course, Jacob, you told me some news. They don't have a home game this year.
Yeah, so their stadium is a very old stadium, built in the 50s, I want to say, and they've had some structural problems with it. So in order to make sure fans are safe, they're playing all their games on the road this year.
Third down for Odem. Looking for a bundle. Now, nice move by the quarterback. Dawson takes it for a first down in the secondary, stays on his feet, and gains big yardage for the Odem Owls.
That's what makes this kid so dangerous, Joe. You see how that was obviously a designed pass. He saw nothing downfield. Let's take a look at it again.
You can see he gets some blockers.
He's got nothing. He had the awareness to drop the ball, and look at all that wide space he had in front of him.
And that's taking on some hitters out there in that secondary, the Refugio.
Yeah, that defense is, like we said earlier, Joe, that's no slouch. They've got a bunch of ball players on that, so.
Nice gain for the Odem Owls, and it gives them a new set of downs in Refugio territory. Ball at the 43. These are the number ones. At least when they started the scrimmage, they said the ones were out there. Twos can earn a spot on the one during these scrimmages as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what you're doing is you're playing for playing time.
First down play, they'll run it. Nice hole opens up, and that's a strong 5-yard gain. And for Coach Huerta, he'll take that if his offense can guarantee him a 5-yard gain on first downs.
You gain 5 yards every first down. I mean, you're not seeing the third down. You keep marching down the field that way, eat the clock up.
See the hole that opens up. He's not touched till he gets a good 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. Well, the Odem Owls moving the football now. Their first attempt to drive the ball downfield. They had a pass play that was ruled a lateral that would have been a fumble. And since regrouping from that, they have methodically moved the ball downfield against Refugio, something we saw London get to about here.
Yeah.
But this is where they were shut down as well.
Stopped. Same thing. They had a nice breakaway run from their quarterback, and Refugio got wise to it from there.
Second down on the play. Twin receivers left, single receiver right, 2 backs in the backfield. They'll sweep it to the left-hand side. Needing a block, they'll get it down the sideline. And this may go for the Odem Owls. Take it to the house. No penalties. 6 on the board against Refugio.
That was Marcus Martinez again. He gained a step from last season. You can tell the kid's been working hard in the offseason, and it showed there.
Took it in for the score. And that's one you can build on your offense. Six points on the board for Refugio. Again, we can put the score up there, I suppose, for the Odem fans. They'd like to see they're up 6-0 on Refugio.
Yeah. I don't know how long it's going to be that way. But.
Extra point coming up. And this will be no contact on the extra points.
Yep, let's let them kick it. And
it's through and good. We'll take a quick break. Refugio offense will try to respond to the Owl score after this.
Hi fans, today's game is brought to you by New York Life. Best of luck to your team.
And I'm Danielle Goslin, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For over 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation of developing the most successful professionals in the industry.
We help to manage the process from day one and guide you on your way to success. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business,
then we would like to show you how we can help.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Don't even get me
We
started
are
on that.
back here, and we are back at Odem, and the Odem offense gets an extra play as they still haven't gone through the 20. So they scored, and now they'll look to build off a score against Refugio. Short gain there on first down, and that may have sent a wake-up call to the Refugio sidelines too.
It may have. And, you know, and to be fair, you know, Refugio's been out there a whole lot longer than this Odem team has. So
Yeah, they were out against London earlier. The ones did get a little bit of a break while the twos were participating in their scrimmage against London. London, by the way, is waiting to take on the Odem Owls to cap off the night. Before that, they'll have the twos with these two teams. Our appreciation again to Anthony Martinez and Jesse Rodriguez for assisting us in the broadcast, and you may hear a lot of their voice on the Odem calls this year on Rio Sports. I know I'm good, but I can't get to as many stadiums as I've committed to doing for Rio Sports. Pass play in traffic, that's caught, and that's
Nice
a
little
first
catch
down for
there.
the Odem Owls.
Nice little catch and move there after the catch.
Take a look at this catch, and this is a receiver.
That was actually Marcus Martinez again bumping out of the backfield here.
And when he is nearing the point where he catches this ball, he knows guys are right there. Bang.
That's concentration. He knew those guys were coming at him.
Nice play for the Odem Owls. And that was
That's
their
at the
final
20.
play.
That looks like the 20, so now they'll switch.
So now the Refugio offense will step on the field. We'll take a quick break. Again, fans, you're watching this game. Share it, if you will, on our Facebook. Like and follow our Facebook so we can assist in getting our numbers up so that when we do play these commercials, we can get the sponsorship in order for me to hire the number of individuals that I'm in position to put into play. 50 minimum. I'm looking to hire play-by-play camera operators throughout the area. Rio Grande Valley football teams are going to start about a month and a half from now. Coastal Bend, getting it going right here, right now. We'll take a break. Again, pay attention to these advertisers, sponsors. Help us find some more on Rio Sports Live.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
The Explore San Benito, a campaign of the San Benito Economic Development Corporation, invites you to visit and dine at Sweet Deli and More. Delicious plates are prepared daily by business owner Aurora Caballero and includes her delicatessen chicken salad, variety of mixed green salads, and sandwichon. Come try her different salad plate combinations. She also serves a delicious stuffed chicken breast and salmon plates with its delicious sides. Cakes and desserts are also available for all occasions. Visit them at 160 West Expressway 7783 in San Benito, Texas. Call them to place your order at 956-626-2183. Dine-in and curbside pickup is available. Again, we invite you to dine at Sweet Deli and More in San Benito, Texas.
Back here on Refugio offense on the field against the Odem Owls. A little miscommunication there, but the quarterback has time, delivers a ball downfield, incomplete.
A little bit of contact there, but hey. Both ways. Yeah, it was both ways. Let him play.
Take a look at the end of that play. Again, looked like there was some miscommunication there. I'm not sure this was a design pass play.
Oh, yeah.
But at the end of it, hands on both sides. Number of officials out there. If none of them threw a flag, I think we're okay.
Yeah, we're all right. Let them play.
Brings up a second down. See Joe Gomez Jr. is watching. He's our sales contact in the Coastal Bend area, also assisting us in the Rio Grande Valley. Reach out to Joe, if you will, through Rio Sports Live at Gmail. I need to self-promote that. Again, we do what we do. I built this not charging schools to broadcast games, and Jacob, who is part of the Odem School District, can attest to that. And I don't charge fans. You're watching these games. There's no pay-per-view. There's no charge to fans. There won't be. So I have to fund it through advertising and sponsorship. So, again, we do need our help, or you help, as we are moving forward in this. And I'll try not to beat that to death, but we do. Second down coming up for Refugio. They're out of a shotgun formation. Receiver either side of the field, man in motion right to left. Sets up in the backfield, and again, this looks a direct snap this time. And Odem does a nice job of covering that.
Yeah, try to catch him sleeping there.
What's coming back on the Odem defense that you may start to understand why they're able to shut a play like that down quick?
Well, you lost a couple big players, and Orlando Gonzalez is one of the ones that we lost last year, or Odem lost last year, and is trying to find a replacement for him. Yeah, so we've got Anthony Martinez Jr., who's on the defensive line, who's anchoring that offense or that defensive line. Secondary, we got a lot of skilled players out there. Marcus Martinez is probably going to be going both ways a lot. Coach Huerta's not a big fan of his players going both ways, but right now it's a lot of youth out there. So until these other younger kids can grow into these positions.
Brings up a third down, and this being 3rd and 7. This could open up the playbook a little bit for Refugio against the Odem Owls. Man in motion, and they'll hand it off and run it right side, away from where the motion man came from. And again, the Odem Owls defense is right there.
Good little stop there, yep. So some of the other kids that you've got to look out for on the Odem defense, Elijah Pizzania, who's one of the defensive ends as well. Oh, Philip Dominguez in the secondary. So if Odem's got a stronger side of the ball right now, it'd be the defensive side.
Which is the case for Refugio.
Yeah.
And in a scrimmage, traditionally it is, unless you just got like a Miller team that's got so many players back on offense that it's like a video game. Fans, again, if you're tuning in, send a shout out where you're watching the games from. I'm monitoring on our Facebook right now, but our YouTube channel, if you're not watching it on a big screen, I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and tune in there. It's really neat when you go back and watch these games and you get to see them on the big screen to see these games play out. We're on a single camera operation here. We can go multiple cameras on our bigger broadcast, and we will. But again, subscribe and subscribe to our YouTube and like and follow our Facebook and share the link. But give a shout out where you're watching these games from. It's always neat to see. Chicago, Illinois. Send a shout out to Jared Kelly right on that cue. And again, it's not just the state of Texas that are watching these games. It's really neat, Jacob, when you see where they're watching these games from.
Jared Kelly, Refugio product, just got drafted by the Chicago White Sox in the Major League Draft this offseason.
Give a shout in his direction.
Yeah, congratulations, Jared.
Send a shout out to Bino Moreno watching it in California. So, from one side of the country to the other, watching Real Sports here tonight from Odem, Texas. Neat to see that.
Speaking of Jared Kelly, he's a Little League product out of Refugio and stopped playing football. He was a quarterback for this Refugio team back in 2016, took him to the state championship. Didn't come out winners that one, but after that game, decided to give up football and concentrate on him as a second-round draft pick, the Chicago White Sox.
Deep pass play, right-hand side up for grabs. Caught by Refugio, and that's a big first down there.
That is a great play. A lot of concentration there. Joe, let's watch that one again.
Let's see this. Again, this is trust by a quarterback that a receiver is just going to go get the ball.
Yep. That's why you got all these eyes on this video cast right now, Joe. They want to see these plays from these Refugio guys. That's great coverage. Just a heck of a play by number 2.
That's a highlight reel in any level. Yep. First down for Refugio. Send a shout out in the direction of Hidalgo. They're watching in Hidalgo, Texas. I know that the Rio Grande Valley is going to start football. Still, they're talking about it starting in late September, maybe October games. Alpine, Texas, give a shout out in that direction. Also watching from Refugio. San Antonio also checking in. Appreciate all the fans tuning in. Share the link. It really does help get the word out to other fans who don't know these games are going on. Pressure out of the back. Sacked by the Odem Owls.
Great play. Kid came on untouched.
See the end of this play. We're bringing in replay on Rio Sports. This is our first game in which we've brought out the replay button. And so we're testing this. We'll have a little bit more. Nice play there, though.
Yeah, he was a little hesitant there at first. Couldn't believe he wasn't going to get blocked.
It's like I'm waiting for that peel back to come get me, and there was no one there. 2nd and long coming up for Refugio, so they hit it with a big play on the offensive end, and then the defense able to make a play right back at you from the Odem Owls. That's another thing coaches like to see is how do you react when adversity attacks you. Low snap. Quick release, high delivery, incomplete, and that was nearly picked off on the tip.
So Refugio, we hadn't really talked about it. They're breaking in a new quarterback. You know, they lost state championship MVP to graduation, Austin Ochoa, last year, who's up at UTSA to play baseball. So now they've got to break in a new quarterback and figure out the direction on where to go. You know, we talked about Jared Kelly earlier. His younger brother, Jordan Kelly, is listed as a wide receiver on this team, but you're probably going to see him all over the field. Great athlete, great all-around athlete. I wouldn't be surprised to see him behind center sometime this year as well.
Anthony Martinez, who is going to be assisting us on the broadcast here, was telling me that the JV team last year, the 8th grade team last year, had an 8th grade quarterback that he's like, Joe, had a chance he could have started for some varsity teams last year in 8th grade, and we don't know if we've seen him yet tonight or not, but we know they've got some talent coming up.
You know, that's the same thing we heard there at South Texas Football Unlimited, is that there was a freshman coming up that was probably going to take the majority of the snaps. And that could be him until we get a roster and numbers and figure out that could be him.
We were just told he was tall.
Yeah.
That's what we were told to
number
expect.
12, number 12 fits that bill.
Yes, sir. Standing back there. Back in the backfield to join him. Now the coach shifting one of the backs to the right side. That's another luxury of a scrimmage opportunity for coaches. Rolling out, looking to deliver the ball. That's going to be a sliding
we got
catch that's made.
Catch. Again, number 2. Guy's got some great hands, great concentration. That was a sideline catch there.
Get back to that and see that. I know the sideline was kind of shielding the camera, but we'll still see the play. Send a shout out to Pecos, Texas, also tuning in to our broadcast. That's delivered right where you want it to for a receiver when you're a quarterback.
Coverage was there. Great catch, great throw.
They do get a stop as that was short of first down yardage, and so Refugio will stay with the offense on the field, but they'll flip the side and head down the other way. They scored against London, the number 1s did.
Yep.
And the defense was able to shut London out. Here in this one, the Odem Owls were able to score with the 1s on the field against the Refugio 1s. And now the defense, having got 1 stop, would like to get another stop, and you can take a lot home with that.
Yeah, that's a moral victory there for the Owls. I've got to say that.
First down play, though, for Refugio. Looking for a bunch over the middle. Caught. Big hit deliver, but that's a 15-yard strike.
Yep, just found the hole in the zone.
Take a look at this on the replay.
Had a lot of time to throw. A lot of time to throw.
And a lot of room for that receiver in the secondary to be open. Pflugerville, Texas, tuning in. Want to give a shout out in that direction. Thank you for watching. William Quintero in Mission, Texas. Give a shout out in that direction as well. We'll see some of the athletes in the Rio Grande Valley on Saturday and Sunday on broadcast here from Rio Sports Live, as we'll have some 7-on-7 coverage, as we will have this is not school related, but it is players on their own trying to get in, and some parents are trying to at least get them some reps. And so we'll cover that. No fans are allowed at that facility. Deep ball in traffic, up for grabs, caught inside the 25-yard line for another first down.
That is a great grab by number 1. Got to the high point, made the catch.
Another highlight reel reception. We're told that was Jordan Kelly that made that catch. And here it is.
Yep, and you expect to see a lot of that from him this year. You know, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised to see him in different positions all over the field on offense this year and in the secondary as well.
And that will do it, though, for the two teams playing with the number 1s on the field. So we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll see the number 2s as Odem and Refugio continue from a scrimmage in 2020 from Odem, Texas on Real Sports Live.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Internet is more than just uploads and downloads. It's about connecting people. VTX1 Companies is here for you, bringing communities closer together. VTX1 has connected customers for almost 70 years. Our internet service spans across South Texas.
We are back here in Odem, Texas. This is the Odem Owls with the offense on the field. That's a tip pass, incomplete. And if what we were given, Jacob Romero, is correct, then we're seeing the number 2s against the 2s offense defense between the two teams.
Yeah, Joe, this should be the last set of 20 for the 2s, and then from then on they go into the live quarter with London.
Yeah, we saw the varsity, the 1s. This, fans asking, is this JV or varsity? When you're talking about 2s, these are varsity players that we're seeing right now play. The JV played earlier today on this field, but this is the varsity players that are vying for positions when the regular season next week begins.
Yeah, so what we're looking at when we're talking 2s, we're talking backups.
There's a running play that goes for limited to no gain. If anything, we saw the Refugio 2s just shy of dominate London.
Yeah.
When the 2s were on the field.
You know, a lot of these Refugio 2s could be number 1s in a lot of other districts. I mean, there's, you know, these guys live football year round over there. We were talking earlier before the game, before the broadcast goes on. They've got the facilities open year round, and a lot of these kids from 6 years old, 7 years old and up go out there and they play 7-on-7.
And it shows the end result.
Definitely.
You don't start racking state championship rings up
no,
without doing something special.
Those don't come just overnight. And the good thing, the thing that really impressed me about Refugio was that, you know, you win so much.
That one's going to be nearly picked off. It's incomplete.
They don't get complacent with it.
Send a shout out to Corpus Christi who are watching our games, and also to Mathis, Texas. Fans, if you're just tuning in, please share the link. It's really neat to see how far these fans tune in to catch this live sports. And with live video broadcast of football games this year, I am amped up to the nth degree. Before it was Thursdays or Saturdays, we could pick up a game here or there, and then you wait and pay a $1,000 fee and hope you get the rights from Fox Sports in the playoffs. But this year, I think fans, are going to be, hindered because of the COVID-19, but they'll be excited to be able to see these teams play, and they'll get to see this football.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have folks that aren't comfortable coming to a stadium, and this is a great avenue for them to be able to watch their grandkids, their nieces, their nephews, some way to watch their athletic events.
Send a shout to San Benito, Texas. Joe Huerta watching the game. There's another big play by the Refugio defense. Again, these are twos on the field, my friends, but they're monsters.
Yeah. So this is where Refugio will show their depth. You know, a 2A, big 2A school, you don't really see a whole lot of depth. These guys, just like Anthony was saying on the earlier broadcast, they can probably bring up some 8th graders to play at this level.
Send a shout out to Detroit, Michigan watching the game. This is high school football at the varsity level on a scrimmage on a Thursday night in Odem, Texas. And a big shout out in the direction of Detroit, Michigan. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, I'm pretty
to
sure
the broadcast.
Everybody is starved for some type of high school football right now.
I know I was.
Yeah.
I know all summer we wanted to cover 7 and 7. That was shut down. You know, you go back to basketball season, state championship games were shut down.
Yeah.
And after that, you know, as a guy running a sports company or trying to build one, I was eager for anything. If two guys wanted to play tiddlywinks and they could get away with it at the right distance, I was willing to broadcast it at that point in time.
We probably could have started a cornhole league.
I thought about that.
High school cornhole league and started doing that.
First, I made fun of that when it was on ESPN, and then all of a sudden I started realizing that's a live quote sport that's going on right now. It's competition and they're keeping score. That's my definition of sports anyway.
Yeah, it's a competition. You're keeping score. Definitely. You're absolutely right.
Third down play coming up for the Odem Owls. If you're just joining us, the Odem Owls, number 1 against the Refugio defense, number 1s, were able to score, and then the Odem defense was able to shut out the Refugio team. Send a shout out to Odessa, Texas, watching us here tonight from Odem. Third down play, pressure, and down he goes, a big sack.
Yeah, 14 shoved that block off and came right in, no problems.
To send a shout out to Marcus Sanchez, watching in Odessa, born and raised in Refugio. That sets up a new set of downs for the Odem Owls. And this is the 2s on the field, and once they conclude this, then they'll take a bit of a break and allow the London team to come on, and that's when we'll go with a live quarter. Anthony Martinez and Jesse Rodriguez will be assisting us. If we can get everything lined up, they'll be the broadcast crew beginning as early as next week here from this stadium, and they'll assist us in covering Odem games. I know right now we've been busy with volleyball up until tonight, and we'll continue to cover volleyball teams. Don't think we'll shortcase that. Tip pass incomplete. Send a shout to Austin, Texas. Thanks for watching there. Laredo also watching in. It's always neat to see how far it reaches where they're watching these games from. Share the link, please, if you will. Second down play coming up for Odem. Again, you're just joining us. We weren't given rosters, A. Had we been given rosters to Odem, I'm good, but I'm not sure I could pick out features or recognize players that quick to give you names, so I'm sticking away from names. Falfurrias, Texas, tuning in. We want to give a shout-out in the direction of Falfurrias, one of the schools we've added on the broadcast. Nice running away from the tackle, and some room for the Odem Owls in the secondary, down the sideline. Big play for the Odem Owls.
That's a great little move there to extend the run there towards the end.
We'll take a look at this on the replay. He had to get away from one man that was back there. That could have been a loss right there. After that, it's turn on the Jets. Missed another missed tackle there. By far the biggest play against the Refugio 2s tonight in this scrimmage. Alamo, Texas, tuning in. Want to send a shout out in that direction. Thank you for joining us here on Rio Sports Live. As Rio Sports has entered the Coastal Bend in a big way. We started doing a Coastal Bend Game of the Year in basketball last year. And even then, when I was talking to CCISD and Brenda Marshall at the time, she was like, I'm not sure if we're ready for that just yet. And I was like, well, we'll come up here, we'll cover it. And so we went to Senton, we went to West Oso, we covered the schools around here. And then CCISD is like, hey, COVID, we need our games watched. What can you do? And so that's how it all began. So we were coming in this direction, but now we're here a lot quicker. Running play that time for the Odem Owls.
A little extracurriculars there after the play there.
That's going to happen about now. Sinton, Texas, tuning in. Want to send a shout out in that direction. Of course, they're watching in Corpus. Hello to Roma, Texas, also tuning in to our broadcast here on Real Sports.
Home of the Gladiators.
Gladiators, another team that we've had in the years past. We've been broadcasting in Rio Grande Valley for a couple of years, and Roma was one of the teams that we tried to get some of their bigger matchups. Of course, the big one was Rio Grande City versus Roma, but now that things have changed, it's conversation with schools as to can you cover all of our games, and we have to start with home games. The answer is yes, and we're employing guys faster and faster and faster to get them in. I put the Big Help Wanted sign out this morning, as a matter of fact, and I got responses from Oklahoma, from Tennessee, from Missouri, all coming into the Coastal Bend. So I'm creating jobs, which is not a bad thing to do.
Not right now.
And this time of the
Definitely.
year. Quick pass play, and it's an incomplete pass. And it's a job in sports, which is a neat thing. So play-by-play guys and girls and camera operators, I'm looking for you. So when I do run the commercials, if you're interested, riosportslive@gmail.com. Send me an email and a bit of information about you. Experienced or not, I can train you. I can get you up to speed. In this case, we're talking with some guys, Anthony, Jesse, Jacob here, who's with me, have been doing some broadcasting of sorts, but it's another jump to get into the television aspect. But Jacob, it's not that intimidating, is it?
Oh, well, the learning curve is a little steep, but I think once you get up on that hill, it's just maintaining. You'll be okay. Yeah, so don't be afraid. You guys are interested in doing something like this. I mean, this is your way to get your foot in the door somehow with something.
Tune in, because again, the list of schools that has said yes and yes to yes, you can do the games, and yes, we want you to do the games on Rio Sports Live is immense, and it's getting bigger every day. Send a shout in the direction of La Jolla Coyotes. La Jolla school districts are one of the school districts with the Coyotes and Palmview that are on board with Rio Sports once they start sports up. Cal Allen, give a shout out in that direction. Mirando City, Texas, where the Bruni Badgers reside. They're watching in Kingsville. Kingsville, Santa Gertrudis, two schools that are also on board with the Rio Sports Live broadcast through the Coastal Bend portion. Poth, Texas, also watching. Havana, Texas, tuning in. Give a shout out in that direction as well. Refugio offense will now take the field. What your thoughts on that Odem Owl number 2 offense there, Jacob?
You know, for the number 2s, and it is against the number 2 Refugio defense, but again, like I said, their depth is, they've got depth. They can be number 1s at a lot of other places. I was kind of impressed with what the number 2s did here on the Odem offense. I'm excited to see what the Refugio number 2s are going to do on offense. Because what's going to happen with Refugio, what usually happens during the season is these number 2s are going to get a lot of playing time. Just because they put so many points on the board and they put them up so fast.
We were talking to the camera operator down here with Refugio, and he was telling me that the coaching staff, a few years ago, they ran into the situation where games were so out of hand by halftime that they sat guys in the third and fourth quarters, and then they made a deep run of the playoffs and found out that when they were challenged, they hadn't been in a position to have the endurance to get there. And so they started playing him in the third quarter, and the coaching staff just simply said, at some point in time, the 2s needed to step in and play as if it were a meaningful part of the game, because they may need them when it got to where you have to actually use depth. So and it worked.
That little stretch you're talking about there, ESPN did a story on Refugio.
Yes.
This was a couple years back, and that's where we joked that's where Coach Herring became the most hated coach in America. Because they're scoring 80 points, 75, 80 points a game, but for that reason, because his kids were getting gassed in the second half because they were sitting them this whole second half, maybe even halfway through the second quarter sometimes.
And it wouldn't show up till they got deep into the big all eyes on the target.
They started playing the Shiners, started playing the Masons, tougher teams, and, you've got to do what you got to do to win. Right, in this case, and it hurt a lot of folks' feelings, and that story on ESPN didn't do him any favors.
And I know I've talked to coaches over the years, and traditionally coaches will tell you, I don't care who steps on the football field for me, I'm expecting them to play at 100%. And so a third-string guy out there capable of making a play had better make a play if he wants to become a second stringer or eventually varsity player. And so, therefore, if those guys are that good, then yeah, it does do that. It's tough.
Yeah, I mean, you
to
tell
throttle back scoring.
You tell a kid who hasn't seen the field, he's getting his first shot on varsity, not to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to go over very well.
It didn't go over very well, but what it did is it developed a product that, again, like you said, it didn't make friends, but it ran some championships up, and you start putting rings on it, you understand why. Because now suddenly you get to those bigger games, late stages of the game, and you got guys with endurance that can play through it. Play here for Refugio, a pass play picked off by the Owls, and that would have been a pick six, my friends, right there. They'll shut it down, but that's a pick for the Owls. And we'll take a look at this on the replay. This is what you would call it.
I saw some laundry. Let's take a look at that again.
Okay.
No, there wasn't?
Maybe on the far side. I don't know. I don't see any.
There it is.
Right there it is, right?
Yep.
Well, okay.
Unless that's where ball's dead.
That may have
been.
been.
What they're doing.
He threw a hat and a flag, which normally would be like he saw two things, but big defensive play there nonetheless for the Odem Owls. Again, coming up after this will be a live quarter, a full-blown quarter for the Odem Owls and London. And that'll wrap things up here for tonight. Tomorrow night, I want to invite fans to tune in for Corpus Christi Miller taking on Ingleside in their scrimmage, and also up the road from here in Odem, so high school volleyball as Woodsboro's at home for a volleyball game. It's a rare Friday night in which all those volleyball teams were either away or off outright, and it allowed us to focus on just that matchup. We also have West Oso scrimmage tomorrow night as well. Second down coming up for Refugio. Jacob, have you crystal balled it enough to be able to predict what the biggest game in Corpus this year will be?
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot. But the one that's got the biggest buzz right now is Miller Cal Allen. That has probably got the biggest buzz right now. Well, I'm telling you, Joe, that whole district, it's every week it's something. You're going to have Miller Calhoun. You're going to have Miller Beeville. You're going to have Miller Cal Allen. I mean, like I said, that district is easily the toughest in the region. My opinion is that I wouldn't be surprised to see somebody from that district in the region finals.
Wow.
Lampasas may have something to say about that. But that's my opinion. And until this games start happening and things happen, we'll see. But
is the biggest question mark in that district, as we take a little break here, who can outscore Miller or who can shut down Miller? Is that the big question, really?
That's going to be the big thing. And you know, with the Calhouns and the Cal Allens, they have a big ball control offense, right? So it's going to be keep away time.
So that they'll go for the shut down and just keep that offense off the field. This will be blown dead. Refugio on the field taking on the Odem Owls. Thanks again for tuning in Austin, Texas. Trey Marshall, give a shout out in that direction. We're winding down the scrimmage portion between Refugio and Odem. And then that'll be the end of the twos on the field.
That should lead us to a little intermission before the live quarter. I see London out there warming up already.
Again, fans that are tuning in, just wondering, you see some fans occupying the stands over on the far side. I see a lot of maroon, so a lot of London fans are over there across the way. And they were here. They had the counters. They were going 50%, and they were sticking to it here at Odem, 50% capacity, and they were tallying the number of people that came into the stadium. And then once you get here, then there are some marked spaces from what you can set. Nice play here for Refugio into the secondary, across the midfield stripe, and that's a big gain for Refugio.
Yeah, they've been there a little dormant for a little bit on the offensive side of the ball. They need a little bit big play to wake them up there.
Waited for a spark. Again, we'll go to this replay. Something we're incorporating for football season and for volleyball seasons as of tonight on Real Sports Live, the instant replay. I think fans will enjoy this in a big way as we continue to move forward. Nice play that time for Refugio. We saw a lot of that against London. Fan asker, we're going to cover all the Refugio games. Refugio hasn't outright called and asked to participate in what we're doing. I'm not going to say no. I'm continuing to push forward and say yes. There are some things I need to lock in place now with schools, just because of the amount of schools and games that we're committed to doing. I'll give you a for instance. If I cover every school that I know we could do right now on Rio Sports Live and do all the sports, and we make it to the end of June when baseball and softball and track and field end up, we'll have done 11,200 games on Rio Sports Live. And so
it's a lot of games.
It's a lot of games. It's a lot of stuff for fans to watch. Refugio on the run in the secondary. Nice move made, but another big gain. And that's back-to-back carries off this offense moving on this drive.
You know, going back to the Refugio question, you know, them not having a home stadium, I imagine that makes it a little difficult.
It does.
Right? And we talked to you guys. Rio Sports has some deals with some of the teams that are in Refugio's district, for instance, Three Rivers.
Three Rivers, I know for sure.
So,
yeah.
I mean, it's going to be an interesting season for the Bobcats, and it's not something they haven't faced before. Right after Hurricane Harvey, they played, I think, all but 2 games at home because of the damage that the hurricane caused. So, I mean, it's not something that they're not used to, accustomed to. If anything, these kids have been through a lot of adversity and were able to bounce back from it.
And away games, let's face it, if you are a team that makes long, deep runs in the playoffs, then you have to be able to play in hostile environments and on the road. There's a running play on the right side. Big question here, Jacob, I'd ask you. Will we see hostile environments? Will there be enough fans to give a home field advantage anymore for these teams?
You know, Joe, I don't think so. You know, because of and you're going back to what you said earlier about how the district here at Odem was temperature checks and everything screened everybody before they came in. Fans, don't expect to see the same thing at every stadium you go to.
No.
You know, I mean, there's a minimum requirements that the CDC and the UIL has put out, but districts can go above and beyond that. So don't be surprised if some of the procedures there are a little different than what you saw the game before. So be flexible. Be flexible. But, yeah, Joe, I don't think there's going to be a very big home field advantage.
Well, we're not going to hear those huge roars or the a quarterback having to deal with noise to get a signal called.
Visiting bands, they're not traveling.
I'll give you an idea, fans. I've got a crowd mic on, and I'm going to turn it up. And you can hear. It's just not very loud out there right now. Running play goes for short yardage that time for Refugio.
I mean, I know it's a scrimmage, but, I mean, you can hear the coaches up here in the press box.
Yes.
I mean, you can hear them.
And again, there are some fans here, and they were before this game or the scrimmage took place. The announcement was made that if you wanted to attend this, it was 50% attendance.
Yep.
And now next week for the home game, Jacob, I can ask you this: you're part of the school here. Same scenario there. You're going to go 50%, or is that going to be decided this week?
It's 50%. I mean, that's what the UIL has come out with. 50% max capacity of your stadiums.
Okay.
So I mean, that's the plan moving forward. 50%. And, that 50% is including the band. Any support personnel, media. I mean, that 50%, that capacity drops down very quick, very quick.
So obviously, each stadium has a number that is sold out, and so they go from there. Cut it in half and then start counting heads.
Yep. What's going to get interesting is, and not just here but throughout the state, is how are they going to handle the visitor tickets? How does that get handled?
I'm wondering how schools are handling getting to an away game anyway.
Yeah.
Running play up the middle, that was the biggest nightmare. Down the line, every athletic director I talked to, the biggest concern, and when it went from there up to the administration level, was if you're going to tell us we have to space students on buses, you get to the Class 6 schools when you're trying to bus 120 plus kids. How many buses does it normally take anyway? But now you're going to double, triple, quadruple that on just the expense on covering. Getting to these away games.
And some of the things we've heard, like I said, bands aren't traveling, so it frees up band buses. Obviously, just like you said, it's easier at the smaller districts, but you start going to these bigger districts, Allen ISD, for instance. That's a lot of buses for a lot of those players.
In London over there taking warm-ups. We are in Odem, Texas here tonight, and we do appreciate you tuning in wherever you may be watching the game. We do have a scrimmage going on at Three Rivers, and Kevin Naro and Mark Molina over there taking care of business as far as that goes. Tomorrow we've got a scrimmage at Miller, a scrimmage at West Oso, and volleyball at Woodsboro. Next week, a full slate of volleyball games, and then football will kick off officially for some of these teams, and we'll be at several games. Watch the website. That's a bad snap, and they'll blow that play dead. Defense was right there on that.
Yeah, that was some awareness there. A lot of the guys on the defense started shooting in on the ball. A lot of the offensive guys, they really didn't know what was happening.
And coaches, I don't care how good you are, they won't tell you they want to see a play or two like that, but they sure like it.
Yeah.
Because if they can hone in on a film and say, now let's look at this.
Yeah.
And this is why we're going to work double hard this week to get ready for next week.
You know, and just going back to what you said earlier, Joe, and vice versa, on the defensive side, all these kids are playing for playing time right now, right? And if these coaches see the enthusiasm that these kids are going after the ball, the aggressiveness that they're still showing this late in the game, I'd say maybe they got anywhere between 5 to 10 plays left.
Send a shout out in the direction of Leakey, Texas. Kelly O'Brien watching from there, an ex-Refugio alumni. San Antonio, Texas, Phi Cap watching. There's a running play. There he goes in the secondary. This may go. And down to the end zone. Touchdown, Refugio.
That same little reverse kind of play in the backfield. It's an interesting little play they've been running. They've gone to that well a lot tonight.
We'll take a look at it here and see how that opened up.
Yeah, there was multiple holes. He kind of made his hole there, you know, but if he had looked, he could have cut backside, and there was a hole about 10 yards wide right there.
So a touchdown on the board.
Yep, that's a great play, great run.
We'll put 6 points up there because that's officially the second score in this scrimmage between these two teams. The score scored by the Odem Owls was the number 1s against the 1s. Extra point coming up. And it's through the uprights. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue scrimmage coverage from Odem, Texas. Refugio and Odem. This is Real Sports Live.
Remote areas. Faster wireless service is now available in Progreso, Lozano, Rangerville, and Rancho Viejo. Call 1-800-446-2031 or visit vtx1.net to find out more.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
We are back here on Real Sports Live. Refugio over there taking a knee. They'll be talked to by Coach, and their night's work is in the books. And Jacob, did they see what they wanted out of this football team? Did you see what you expected out of this football team as we assess Refugio?
I expected to see a lot of big guys moving the ball. You know, I was a little shocked that they didn't score as much. I think last year's scrimmage, they put on quite a few points. The last couple of years, Odem and Refugio have been scrimmaging the last few years because of the ties between Coach Herring and Coach Huerta. You know, this is kind of not Odem's measuring stick, but, you know, you're going up against a pretty tough opponent, Refugio. But, you know, all these coaches like to keep everything close to the vest. So they're not going to show so much, especially now that you're streaming these games, they're going to show even less. You know, little interesting story. Our first year starting our podcast, you know, we went down to Refugio to interview Coach Cox, the offensive coordinator down in Refugio. And me and Justin were sitting in the stands, and Coach Herring makes a beeline for us. First thing he asks us is, hey, are you guys here from the podcast? We're like, yes, sir. All right, just making sure you're not from Mason or Shiner.
Oh, wow.
This was during two-a-days.
Two-a-days.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, if these games are being streamed, he's not going to show a whole lot.
Well, the good news is, on our part, is that one of the things that was done this year was UIL mandated that any coach that requested a film had to be given that from any coach.
Yeah.
That's not the norm. Normally a coach could hide from video and getting it in the hands of opponents, but so much has changed this year. It may change again next year. It probably will. But this year, at least they're not going to look at us as if we're the total bad guys providing the ultimate film, and that's been the case in some of the games we've done. We're going to take a break. When we come back, London will take on Odem in a live game, and we'll hand the microphones back over to Anthony Martinez and Jesse Rodriguez, who will be guys helping with the play-by-play. That's Jacob Romero. Tune in. You'll hear his voice if he can break free. And, again, also, Jacob, one more time, tell fans how to get to your podcast to see what you're doing.
You can find us on Twitter at STFUNLTD or on Facebook, South Texas Football Unlimited. We always put our show, we go live on Twitter, and it'll be probably an hour later on Facebook. Just watch out for us. We're very inconsistent on when we put it. We got something to talk about, we'll put it out there. But we're very active social media-wise. kids, if you guys got some highlights you want to send us, you want them displayed out there, send them to us. We'll put them out, put them on blast for you guys, get you guys some exposure.
Appreciate you, Jacob, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks, Joe.
We'll be right back with more after this on Real Sports Live.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito. When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits, caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats, Laguna Madre Baits. 828 Westport Drive, Port Mansfield, Texas.
Hi fans, today's game is brought to you by New York Life. Best of luck to your team.
And I'm Danielle Goslin, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For over 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation of developing the most successful professionals in the industry.
We help to manage the process from day one and guide you on your way to success. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business,
then we would like to show you how we can help.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
The Explore San Benito, a campaign of the San Benito Economic Development Corporation, invites you to visit and dine at Sweet Deli and More. Delicious plates are prepared daily by business owner Aurora Caballero and includes her delicatessen chicken salad, variety of mixed green salads, and sandwichon. Come try her different salad plate combinations. She also serves a delicious stuffed chicken breast and salmon plates with its delicious sides. Cakes and desserts are also available for all occasions. Visit them at 160 West Expressway 7783 in San Benito, Texas. Call them to place your order at 956-626-2183. Dine-in and curbside pickup is available. Again, we invite you to dine at Sweet Deli and More in San Benito, Texas.
All right, here we go. Back here, Real Sports Live. This is the final contest of the game of the day. It's Odem and London. They are going to go live quarters, so they're going to play this just as they would a real game, except we do have a running clock. And Odem was able to kick off to start off this live quarter here in Odem, Texas. So London will start here. Looks like they will mark them right around the 30-yard line. And this is just like a regular game. Like I said, we've had 2 really good scrimmages right before this. We had started off with Refugio in London. Great matchup right there. Great scrimmage. And I followed that up with Refugio and Odem. Both good, really good contests. And now we're going to final game of the day will be London and Odem. So London goes here. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers on the left. Drops back, looking for a receiver, throws it. Has a man wide open. He makes a catch, breaks a couple of tackles, enough for a first down. The quarterback took a big hit right there on that throw, but able to make a really good throw.
And nice quick pass.
Here we go on the replay. You can see how they line up and getting ready.
We're going no huddle.
Yeah, we'll go split screen right here. You can see the replay, and then we'll also do some live. So here's the quarterback. Holds his ground, makes a good throw, but does get popped right as he releases the ball. So first down for the London Pirates right here. Hands off, running back. Goes to his right side. He's got room. Tries to cut up. Might have gained a yard right there. Nice hard run by the running back right there, number 3 for London. And brings up 2nd and 9.
Big surge by the Odem defense also.
So we go. Odem's got no numbers, so and London didn't provide a roster either. So we're just gonna go with just teams. And if London has the numbers, we'll tell you the numbers of the player that made the play right there. Shotgun formation again for the quarterback. Gets the ball, rolls out to his left side, looking for somebody open. He's got a man, but hits the ground right before he gets to him. Incomplete pass. He'll bring up 3rd and 9 for the London Pirates. So these 2 teams know each other. They played for the district championship twice last 2 years. 2 years ago, Odem did capture the district title here. Last year, London was able to capture the district title. That game was at Cabinets Field due to a horrendous rainstorm that happened in London the night before, but they were able to play that game. Here we go, 3rd down for London. 3rd and 9, shotgun formation for the quarterback. Rolls out to his left, again looking for somebody. Can't find him. Looks like he's going to throw. Drops the ball up. Ooh, right through the hands of number 19. Did have him open, nobody around him, but could not make that play. So it'll be 4th down for London. They're just shy of midfield. We'll see what they're going to do. Here you see the quarterback making the play right here. Does roll out, does not find anybody, but continues to look downfield, seeing who opens up. And a man does open up right there, but could not make the grab. So look at London right here, a little bit different formation. Are they going to punt? It's kind of a short it is, but sure enough, it's a punt. It'll be uncontested, so they'll just let it fall and see what happens. And they're going to down the play right there. Odem Mouse, we're going to take over for their shot. We're going to take a break right here, Real Sports Live. All right, here's the quarterback. Shotgun formation for the Owls. Hands off. Cuts it right up the middle. A little hole there. Going to get gang tackled by a bunch of Pirates right there. So little short gain for the Owls. Might have been about 4 yards on a little handoff play right there. Owls first possession here in this live quarter going up against London. Let's see what Odem can do. London did a fair job against Refugio, holding their own against a great squad out there. So let's see how they do right here. 2nd down for the Owls. 2nd and 6, we'll call it. Shotgun formation for Odem. Man comes over to the left side. Gets the ball. Hands off, but met right away by number 64. Broke through that line really quick and was able to meet the running back just as he got the ball. Check this out on replay, and you'll see 64 right there lined up on the left side, right over the guard. And right as the ball snapped, he just shoots right through that hole. Here we go. Keep an eye on him. Here's the snap. Shoots right through there. Met the guy right head on, and he would bring him down. So drives the Owls back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be third down. Here we go. Quarterback gets it, rolls out to his left side. He's got a lot of room. Let's see if he keeps it and runs. He sure does. And taken out of bounds, but not after he gets a first down right around the 40-yard line. So Owls keep the drive alive with a first down right here. They're going to mark him just shy of the 40 at the 39-yard line. You'll see this replay right here with the quarterback, Dawson, for Odem. Looks out, has a lot of room on his left side, and tucks it in and goes along that sideline, getting enough for that first down.
You know, we saw Dawson do that in the scrimmage part of against Refugio, and he's doing a good job of it.
He does. He does run hard. He runs fast. Not afraid to take a hit. So here you go. Now he hands off this one on the right side. Guy gets it met pretty quick. D-line for London Pirates doing a great job of staying there and just rolling out towards that left side, following the play and able to stop him for no gain. Bring up second down here for Odem. So London doing a good job. Like I said, we do have a running clock here. It is 1 quarter only. So the game clock will continue to roll down, and all we get is 1 quarter. Get as many plays in as you can. Owls are going to have 2nd and 10 right here. Guys looking around. He's got a receiver way out on the left side, 2 receivers on the right. He's got 2 running backs back there, 1 on each side of him. Looks around, gets a snap. Looks like he wants to throw, tucks the ball in and runs, but does not get anything. Great job by the defense there of London to seal up that hole very quick and able to stop the quarterback before he can get some yards. Loss of a yard there, looks like, so it'll bring up 3rd and 11 for Odem. So they will, like I said, it's a live quarter, unlike the scrimmage they had earlier where they only get 3 plays to try to get a first down, and they're not allowed to punt. The Owls will have the opportunity to at least try out their punt team if they don't get a first down here. So on the camera is Jesse. Jesse's trying this out for the very first time. He's never done this before. He's learning on the fly. This is trial by fire for Jesse. So
bear with me.
Doing a good job here. Quarterback gets a shotgun formation, a blown whistle. Let's see if we have offense or defense. We'll see who jumped. And we do have a penalty against the Owls for a false start there. Little movement, a little early. Getting those jitters out here in this first live scrimmage for the Owls and for the London Pirates. So the Owls still have a 3rd down, 3rd and 16 for them. Coach talking to the quarterback. Let's see what come out with. See what they have here to try to see if they have to get enough for a first down. London looking ready. Big front line for London. They've had a big front line on defense past 2 years as well. Always bring some good athletes here. Shotgun formation here for the quarterback. Looks over to his left side. He's got trips on the left. Rolls out. Decides, is he going to throw? No, he stays on his feet. Tries to get some more yards. Taken out of bounds. Didn't find a receiver. He was looking for somebody to throw. Nobody was there, but those defenders were right on him right away. Did not hold back on him. So here we go. Trips on the left. Dawson's looking out that way. He's got his running back on his left side. Sure enough, he gets it right away and starts to roll out looking for somebody. Nobody around. And hit right away. Stays on his feet. Able to get some yards, but nowhere near enough for a first down.
Great job by London. They contained him, and he didn't have much room to run. Didn't work this time.
So the Owls will get a free punt right here. As London did earlier, they'll be uncontested. So just giving the special teams, especially the kickers, a little opportunity here to show off their foot. For being from small schools as well, you don't get very many kickers. Not a lot of kids come out to be a kicker. Good job by that kicker right there. Caught by London right at the 30-yard line. So we're going to go to commercial break right here. Come back, Rio Sports Live.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Cherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate.
We're back here in London on their first possession or second possession here in this live quarter. Quarterback gets it, goes on the left side, gets some good hard yardage. Quarterback keeper the whole way. Owls defense were stingy against Refugio earlier on. First team versus first team. Odem was able to hold Refugio to no score in their place. So here we go. Second down for London Pirates right here. Quarterback back, shotgun formation. Hands off, goes to his right side. Tries to take a wide turn. Nothing doing right there. Over-ended right behind the 35-yard line. Nice job by the Owl defenders right there. Nice job by, looks like a linebacker right there. So we'll take the replay right here, and you'll see the Owls converge really quick on that running back as he goes over on the right side. There's a snap, goes out to his right side. Tries to go wide, and Odem's right there, ready to make the tackle. So that gives London Pirates a third down. Third and about 6 here in, we'll call it the fourth quarter, so it'll be the last one of the day. Quarterback shotgun formation. He's ready. Looks to his left, passes it. Receiver catches number 12, has plenty of room, makes a good cut, taken out of bounds right after midfield. Nice hard run by number 12 right there. It's a quick pass out to the left side by that quarterback. Great job. Able to make the play. Here we go on the replay. Good, nice throw right there. Good moves on the outside. Able to make some defenders miss. Able to get enough for a first down and got across midfield. But it looks like there was a penalty thrown on the opposite end. So that great play is negated. It brings it back. They're going to mark them back 5 yards. And it's still going to be third down. So spread the word. Real Sports Live. Be broadcasting several games for the Owls and other surrounding teams. Tune in on YouTube, on Facebook. Spread the word. Let everybody know what these great guys are doing out here, enjoying the game of football with us. Deep throw here for London. Great catch. Jumps up in the air, number 4, and able to bring down that pass right there, right to him. Quarterback did a great job right there, rolling out. Finding a receiver, plenty of time, nobody out there, nobody on him. Be able to make that great throw. Tall receiver as well, able to go up in the air and just grab that ball and come down with it. So first down right here for London, right at about the 42-yard line. Shotgun formation again for London. Quarterback looks around. Man in motion. Hands off to 19, tries that left side, met right away. No gain for that running back right there. Owls did a great job of meeting him right away, reading that the whole way. Bring up 2nd and 10 for London Pirates. And time is running down right here in this live quarter. We have about a minute and 20 left. We're still getting synced up with the game clock here, but quarterback keeps it, goes on the left side, met up right away, might have lost about a yard or two right there, tried to make a cut, didn't work. Now we have a penalty. Back judge looks like he might have thrown a flag. Not sure what he was looking at. Well, let's see what the call is. The Owls did a great job of meeting the quarterback right there and bringing him down right away. So we have a personal foul against the Owls. And that'll be marked off 15 yards, automatic first down for London. So gives London some great field position right here. Brings them inside the 30-yard line, right around the 29. It's going to go 1st and 10 for London. Going no huddle here, looking over to the sidelines, getting their play. They got 3 receivers on the right, 1 receiver on the left. Quarterback back in shotgun formation with a single running back. There's a snap. Quarterback drops back, looking at his left side. Guy wide open, overthrew number 12. He's had number 12 a couple of times this evening. Good receiver, good hands, good speed, but not able to make that completion right there. So it'll bring us back to 2nd down, 2nd and 10 for London as the clock winds down here in Odem, Texas for this live scrimmage between London Pirates and the Odem Owls. So if you're interested in showcasing your business, reach out to Real Sports Live. Plenty of advertising opportunities here during these live games all around South Texas. Quarterback gets it, drops back. He's rushed right away, rolls out to his right, looking to throw still, but no, tucks it and runs. Might have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Great job by the Owl defenders there, keeping him from making a throw. Here's replay. Quarterback gets it. You'll see he's looking for a receiver right away. Nothing to be found. Rolls out to his right. Nice pursuit there by the Owls. Able to just take him out of bounds and bring up third down. Was able to get 2 yards on that play. So we'll call it a 3rd and 8 here for London as time winds down in this live quarter scrimmage. Here's the quarterback. Keeps it. Drops back. He's got number 12 wide open. Oh, almost intercepted by Odem. Overthrew his guy, number 12, but unable to catch that right through his hands. I'm sure the defender was very surprised that ball was landing right at him. So that'll bring up 4th down for London. Now they got a chance to make here. What are they going to try for a field goal, or are they going to go for it? I'm sure they're going to go for it. We got 40 seconds left in the game here, live quarter. Trying to figure out what the actual scorekeeper or actually game clock keeper is doing, whether he's stopping it or going. But this should be, let's see what London does. They're running out to the field, trying to go a quick snap right here. This 4th down opportunity for the Pirates. Here's the snap, rolls out to his left side, looking for a receiver, has a man open, makes the catch, enough for a 1st down, staying on his feet, trying to get him down, but not able to till he gets to the 10-yard line. Great job by that receiver, number 12, staying on his feet, fighting for yardage, and able to get enough for a 1st down and keep this drive alive. So the clock continues to run here. So there's a replay right here. Great catch, but better job of staying on his feet, being strong, driving his legs, and getting some more yards. Here's the quarterback. Decides whether he's going to hand it off. Does hand it off, but met right away, right in the middle. No doing for the Pirates right there. And it looks like about a gain of 1. We'll bring up 2nd down. And that seems to be the buzzer. Let's see what they decide to do with this scrimmage, whether we walk away or whether we keep going. 2 coaches seem to be talking, seeing what they're going to do. And it looks like Coach Huerta for Odem is going to go ahead and let them get either another play in or finish out the series. We'll see. But in any case, 2nd down for London. They are inside the 10-yard line. Well, right outside the 10-yard line, because they can get a 1st down if they get right inside the 1. So here we go. Shotgun formation for the Pirates. Here he gets it. Looking for a quick throw to the right side. Man open, overthrows his man. Right in that spot where we can't get it with the camera. Yeah, we'll figure that out for the next game. Not a lot of plays happen in that corner of the end zone, but in either case, it was overthrown.
I thought I had it, and then it was like, uh-oh. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Still learning these the cameras here. So here we go. 3rd down here for the Pirates. Quarterback shotgun formation. Looking around. Man in motion. Nope, goes back to his left side. Number 12, his favorite receiver. He's looking for him. Rolls out to his right. Nobody available. Looking to throw. He's got a man wide open right over his hands. Man was wide open right there in the end zone. Just overthrew him. So with that's 4th down for the Pirates. Let's see if we have a timeout or we're going to see what we're going to do right here. Like I said, timer's already expired. This was a live quarter. Coach Huerta did let him get 2 extra plays in after the time had expired. Well, let's see what we do.
He went out there and talked to him again, see what they're going to do.
Yeah, I think the coach from London wants more opportunities. He's got 4th down right here. They're going to go ahead and give him that one try. So, sure enough, London's going to go for a field goal right here. And this should be uncontested like the other ones were, the punt and the other extra points. And the kicker isn't short, so better be uncontested. He's not going to run with it, that's for sure. 22 is the kicker for London. Here you go. Snap is there. Kick is up just a bit to the left. So that'll be no good. And the score will stay 0-0 here for Odem, Texas. Well, that was a great day of scrimmages. We're going to go ahead and break now for commercial. We'll come back just to wrap up this event here at Real Sports Live.
Students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Internet is more than just uploads and downloads. It's about connecting people. VTX1 Companies is here for you, bringing communities closer together. VTX1 has connected years. Our internet service spans across South Texas.
Apparently, we're going to get a little bit more playing time here in Odem. The Owl offense took over on downs and got the ball right at the 20-yard line and brings up second down on that quick play right there.
Some free football, like David Soto used to call it.
If it's a tie, I guess you got to go in overtime, right? 0-0, someone's got to win. No, this is a great scrimmage right here. Great bunch of kids. Two great schools going at it. For the first time, able to hit somebody else other than their own. So good showing here from both Odem and London. So second down for the Owls, 2nd and 8. Quarterback shotgun formation. Looks around. Let's see what they do. Looks to throw. He's got a man open on the left side. Incomplete right through his hands. Pass intended for that receiver on the left side. Great defense by 82 of London right there, staying right on him and able to prevent that play. So that will bring up 3rd and 8 for the Owls.
Yeah, why not give them some extra plays? I mean, they're out here. You got a little more time. Let's give them a few more plays, get a little more practice time. It's practice. That's
Exactly,
what it is.
exactly. It's a great practice for these kids. They will open up next week. Next week, a lot of teams will start their first games, pre-district, official games going out there. But we'll wrap up this weekend with a lot of scrimmages. Great scrimmages going on tomorrow as well as Saturday. So 3rd down here for the Owls. Quarterback Dawson looking at his players, make sure everybody's set. Ready for the snap. Looks like he hands off. Running back goes to his left side. Dragged out of bounds right at about the 30-yard line. No flag on the play.
Real game, that probably would have been a flag.
Yeah, so the rule is you can't grab anybody on the collar. You look right here. Running back does get it. Runs his left side. Makes that turn. So any tackle, when you grab any part of the collar area, is considered a horse collar.
Well, and he was a few steps out of bounds also.
But they did give him a first down, so a nice hard run by the Owls right there. 1st and 10 for the Owls. Same formation for the Owls. Haven't deviated much from this. Shotgun formation. Another handoff. Cuts back towards the middle. Able to get a few yards there. Crosses over to about the 32, 33-yard line.
Nice job of changing direction, and that's usually a design play. You start off left and then cut off the the lineman's block, the opposite side.
They had a lot of success with that last year.
They
did really well with that. So thank you all for joining us this evening. We've had some great matchups today. We've had Refugio out here. We've had London Refugio go at it. Great job. Odem and Refugio. And wrapping this game up, these scrimmages up to tri-scrimmage with London and Odem. Shotgun formation for Dawson right here. Gets a snap. Looks like he's going to keep it, roll out to his right side. Stays on his feet about a yard short of the first down for 3rd down. Nice hard run by Dawson. Design quarterback keep the whole way on that one. Here we go on the replay right here, and you can see that Dawson comes up to the line, checks everybody. He's got a blocker right up there, gets it, goes right through that hole. Not much doing. Great job by the Pirates there, too, able to seal that up really quick. It could have been a lot worse. Dawson could have gotten a lot more yards, but able to stop them there on 2nd down, prevent a first down. We got 3rd and a long one right here for the Owls.
You talk about the history with these two teams in the last couple of years. They've given us some exciting games. the last couple of years. I think last year's championship game was at like 9 o'clock in the morning. I think we played because of the weather there at Buck Stadium.
It was a good field, good opportunity there. Shotgun formation for Dawson, keeps it, tries to get that first down, able to cross over the 40-yard line, enough for a first down. Looks like they'll mark him down about the 43-yard line. 1st and 10, and we'll continue to go here in this live quarter. I guess, Coach, what to figure, well, I gave you some, so you're going to give me some.
Yeah, why not?
We'll keep going right here. Great job. Great football being presented right here tonight. So for all you out there, like I said, if you're looking for advertising opportunities, reach out to Real Sports Live. During all these broadcasts, you can have your commercials out there for several hundred people to see all over South Texas. They'll be covering sports, not just Odem. You got Wistoso, you got Santa Gertrudis, Falfurrias, CCISD schools. So great opportunity for y'all to promote y'all's business. Here we go, Odem on the run right here on the left side. Tried to jump up and get some more yards, but taken down right away by 82. Way to stay his ground. 82 right there on that big play by the Owls. Looks like the running back was able to get enough for a first down. Here we go on the replay. You see him roll out. Nice hard run by the Owl. Might have stayed on his feet. Might have kept going there.
Great job of blocking. Everybody sealed up on somebody, and the secondary made the tackle as they're supposed to.
So great job there by Odem. Now that brings up 2nd and 1. They're going to mark him a yard shy of the first down as we continue to play here in Odem, Texas. Shotgun formation for the Owls. Quarterback looks to throw his left side. He's got a man wide open. Overshoots his receiver right there. So he did have a man open. Quarterback had plenty of time to throw on that one. Just a little too strong, a little too excited on that throw.
Yeah, it's still early on. Need to work on the timing. But I like what we saw out of all 3 teams. You know, all 3 teams are, I think, where they want to be at this point in time, especially with the situation we're in with the COVID-19.
Exactly. They had a lackluster a summer season where they were not able to get together and do a lot of workouts. So to be where they're at right now, I think they're doing a fine job right here. So Odem with 3rd down and 1. Quarterback gets it, keeps it, goes to his right side, right up the middle, enough for a first down, stays on his feet, able to get close to the 40-yard line. They're going to mark him just shy at about the 41. So first down for the Owls right there. A nice hard running by Hunter Dawson, the quarterback for the Owls. Now, Hunter is just a sophomore this year. This is a 2nd year starting quarterback for the Owls. Started as a freshman last year.
And you can tell he's matured from last year to this year. So here in the replay, and it's a designed run. And he's just going to put his shoulder down and run hard. Look at he keeps his feet moving. Great job by the kid.
He's a tall kid too, so you know it's a little harder for him to get down, get his center of gravity down, and try to bust through that line.
That's right.
Great job. So we go shotgun formation for the Owls. First down for them. Handoff, cuts back towards the middle. Looks like might get about 8-10 yards right there. Well, they're going to mark him 1 yard shy of the first down. Nice hard run by the Owls right there. Nice little design play, like you said. Goes to the left side, cuts it back towards the play. See it right here on the replay. See the quarterback looking around right here. Hands off to his guy. Cuts it back right through the middle. Nice hard run. Carries a couple guys over to get the 9 yards right there. So for the Owls, it's 2nd and 1. So you're joining right here. It's Jesse and myself, Anthony, right here, doing a live stream, which we've never done before. It's this great opportunity for us. We love doing this. We love bringing y'all games, talking through this whole contest. It's a great opportunity for you guys to follow along with us. So on 2nd down for the Owls, not much doing right there, 78. Nice hard tackle right there, coming in, seal up that hole, and bring down the running back.
Didn't get any yards, so he's going to bring up 3rd down.
Another 3rd down for the Owls. They've been converting, so we'll see if they're going to get that 4th down opportunity on this one. But be nice to keep the drive alive, get a first down, and keep going right here. London, of course, looking to shut them down and get the ball back. Either that or go home.
Yeah,
one of the two is going to happen. So London gets ready. They did make some substitutions on defense. See some guys running out, some guys coming back in. Quarterback gets it in a shotgun formation. Again, quarterback keep, goes to his left side. He's got room, runs over a couple of guys, stays on his feet. Looks like we're going to have a penalty right there. Not sure what that would be. We'll keep an eye on the head linesman. Let's see what he calls there. But look at this hard run by Hunter Dawson. Design run the whole way. Gets that ball, rolls to his left side. Finds a little hole and then just cuts it to the left. Runs over one guy. Runs over another guy. Let's look and see what the play is. Personal foul against the Owls.
That's a block in the back.
Oh, block in the back against the Owls right there. Might have been that play right there where Hunter ran over that guy. That guy looked like he might have blocked behind the back. So it negates that first down drive by the Owls, moving back 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So it's going to be 3rd and about 4 yards right here for the Owls. London still has another opportunity to shut them down right here.
First time we've seen game situation. Last week we saw an inter-squad scrimmage on the field, earlier on the field. First time it's different. It's different for the coaches, different for the kids.
Yeah, this is their first opportunity out there without the coaches right on them, walking them through. Quarterback gets it, looking to his right side. He's got a man open, but incomplete, right through his hands. Almost had that, but
Good
not
coverage.
able to capitalize.
Nice coverage by London.
So London does force a 4th down against the Owls right here. 4th and 4 here in this live scrimmage here in Odem. Let's see what Coach dials up right here. So unlike a regular game, they still don't have the play clock.
The band? Oh, I'm sorry.
The band as
I'm
well,
sorry.
right? But they don't have the play clock, so they're not being forced to go out there within that allocated, 40 seconds,
Right.
25 seconds to get out there and make the play. So still a scrimmage, still learning.
But they're going to have to get used to it because next week.
Oh, yeah, next week's
the real thing.
It's going to happen right away. So here we go. The Owls on 4th and 4, trying to get a first down. London looking to stop them right here. Here's a quarterback handoff to the right side. Running out to the right side, trying to get that first down. And let's see where they mark him. It's going to be close, whether he got out of bounds before or after that first down marker. Look at this replay right here. We go.
Looks like they went heavy. They brought in the big boy to block and think he was just a decoy.
Yep. Hand off to that receiver right there. A little bit of speed on that right side. Cuts it up. And we have another penalty, it looks like. So didn't see that one, but they were able to mark him off another 10 yards. So it was a manageable 4th and 4 somewhat. Holding penalty out there brings back the Owls another 10 yards. So 4th and 14. In the normal game, we'd be punting.
Yes.
Yeah, we wouldn't take the risk right here. But, like I said, this is a scrimmage. They're going to go out there and show everything they got. London's doing a great job of holding these guys and making them work, making them try to get those yards. So London doing a fine job right now.
And it throws different situations. What are you going to do? 4th and long. Maybe we might be going for it, depending on how the offense is running in the regular season. So
Right.
Be interesting what kind of play he calls here.
Trips left. Quarterback gets it on a bounce. Looking to throw. Rolls out. Stays on his feet. He's going to stay on his feet. Trying to get that first down. Let's see where he is marked out of bounds. I think they're going to get a first down right there.
They are.
It's a nice hard run by the quarterback right there on the left side. Let's look at this replay right here. Couldn't tell if he was trying to pass. It looked like it might have been a pass play, but he just decided to tuck it in. Nobody open.
Either that or he pump faked.
Yep, there he goes. So first down for the Owls. Nice hard run there by Hunter Dawson. Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Owls. We got a quarterback change right here. Still a little confusion with these guys trying to see who's going to come in and fill the gaps, fill the holes. So here's the snap. Quarterback keeps it, go to his right side. Nice hard run by that
the backup quarterback.
That came in. Able to get some positive yards, take him out close to the 20, right around the 20. So great job on by quarterback right there, replaying it.
Once again, it's practice. Let's see what the backup can do.
He does a great job finding that hole, staying down low,
Yeah.
and slicing through the defense. There we go. 2nd down for the Owls. Quarterback keep again. Same thing down that right side. See where they mark him. Kudos to London. They're not giving up big plays at all.
No, they're not. They're hanging in there.
That's exactly right. They're keeping it tight, not letting them get huge gains. Definitely making this a contest. So that was enough for a first down for Odem. It'll be a 1st and 10, right around the 15-yard line, maybe the 16-yard line right there.
You're starting to see that both sides aren't as fresh as they were, early on.
Yes, they both had one full scrimmage each against Refugio. Now they got they're out there. So, yeah, it's definitely a good practice for next week. Shotgun formation for the quarterback. Gets it. Hands off the left side. Almost dragged right away by 65. He got there right quick, but just couldn't hold on. So just a little gain there for the Owls. Bring up 2nd and let's go with 7. Hard to judge from way over here.
I'll go with that.
Need my magnifying glass or your binoculars. Not a magnifying glass.
I forgot my glasses. I forgot my glasses, so
yeah,
I'm going to remember them next week for sure.
So here we go. Shotgun formation for the Owls. Here's a snap. Quarterback keeps it. Big hole on the right side. Ducks his head and gets some more yards right there. So backup quarterback continues to do a good job.
You're seeing some hard running from both quarterbacks for the Owls.
Yeah.
But this is great work for the backup quarterback because last year Dawson did go down a game or two and the backup had to come in. But this is great game situation for the first time. I think he was a JV quarterback last year.
Right. Quarterback keeps it again. Shotgun formation. This time he's wrapped up pretty quick. Guy's able to cut through that line and key on that quarterback right away. So we have 2nd down, 2nd and goal for the Owls right here.
It's like it's from about the 4, maybe 4.5.
So London looking to stop right here. They can stop the Owls from scoring. That's a victory.
Yeah, definitely.
So we go. Owls come up to the line. Defense for London Pirates ready to go. Shotgun formation for the quarterback. Gets the ball, goes to the right side, little hole, dives forward, and they mark it a touchdown. So 6 right there for the Owls on that long drive from the 20, 80 yards down the field after that missed field goal by London.
That's what you want to see from, the coaching standpoint. You want to see a drive go all the way down the field like that.
Nice hard run by X right there.
You did have some mistakes. You had some penalties, but they recovered, got the first downs, and took it in the end zone and scored.
Right.
So I think overall, great scrimmage practice for all 3 teams.
Exactly, and London definitely got to see what they need to work on. Their defense definitely got to work in this 4th quarter, which is good for them. They're able to see what their guys are doing. So this uncontested extra point, up and good. That'll give another point for the Owls. We're going to go a quick commercial break. We'll be back in a little bit to wrap things up here at Real Sports Live. Instant replay? Did you mean to go to commercial or?
Areas. Faster wireless service is now available in Progreso, Lozano, Rangerville, and Rancho Viejo. Call 1-800-446-2031 or visit vtx1.net to find out more.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
And we welcome you back here to Odem, Texas, as we wrap things up here on a Thursday night as the scrimmage between Refugio, London, and Odem comes to a conclusion. I'm Joe Bowling for Real Sports Live. Our thanks again to Anthony Martinez and Jesse Rodriguez and Jacob Romero, who, if everything goes right, you'll be hearing their voices on a consistent basis here on Real Sports Live. Coaches wanted a chance to have their players tested against a team wearing another uniform, and mission accomplished here tonight as they set their sails for the 2020 season. We hope for safety for everyone heading home, and we hope that this is the beginning of what is going to be a long season with a lot of football. And Anthony, again, your final thoughts on what you saw on the field here tonight. 3 coaches wanted to see some things. They got to see it. Absolutely. We had
3 great teams out here. Playoff teams, caliber teams from last year, did a fine job. They came out here, and you saw a lot of good things. A lot of good things from both sides, from all 3 teams, but also a lot of things they need to work on. And it's going to be a different season this time from last time, so definitely a little bit different from these guys, but it looks like it's going to be a promising year for all 3 teams. I expect to see all 3 teams definitely going into these playoffs this year, and hope for a great season for all of them. I think one thing that every coach is preaching across this nation and maybe across the world is that don't take anything for granted. Next week is next week, but if you're out there on the field tonight, get the plays in and enjoy what you're doing. And I think that's what we saw tonight was players anxious to get out there and more importantly, having some fun competing against another team. Absolutely, and I think we had a great time too, being able to broadcast here for you guys. Definitely always fun to watch these boys play, go at it, and watch the fans, and of course you at home enjoying this as well. I really appreciate y'all tuning in. Spread the word. Let everybody know what we're doing here. Let your friends know, family know. I know a lot of people can't make it to the games because of the restrictions you're going to see per UIL. So this is a great opportunity for them to go out there. Hey, tune in. Watch some football on a Friday night, the luxury of your own home, and definitely spread the word all over Facebook, Twitter. You can also do YouTube on this. A lot of opportunities to tune into Real Sports Live. I hope you enjoyed our broadcast. Again, we'll have a highlight reel up a little bit later on where you can watch highlights of this game. Want to invite you again to tune into our broadcast tomorrow. From Woodsboro, we'll have volleyball. From Buccaneer Stadium, we'll have Miller football. And also from West Oso, we'll have a scrimmage on the West Oso's final scrimmage before their regular season. Then on Saturday, we have 7-on-7 tournament action coming with 18 teams playing in a tournament. Some weird setups they've got there in which they're just bringing in teams for a limited time to play their pool and then leave, bringing more teams on the field, and they leave. No fans, but again, 7-on-7 coverage for teams that aren't quite started on the football field, and they're playing. It's not high school, but it is players you're going to see on the Friday night football field. So I encourage you to tune in for that on Saturday. And then on Saturday night, we'll be in Round Rock for women's contact football, a championship game there for the IWFA. International Women's Football Association has a big blockbuster matchup. Tune in there for some heavy hitting going on from Round Rock, Texas. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff. And then on Sunday, we'll wrap up our tournament coverage with of the finals of the 7-on-7 tournament coming to you from Edinburgh, Texas, with, again, expanded coverage here on Real Sports. Next week, volleyball paves the way into our football coverage when these teams start their regular season. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast. Again, Anthony, thanks for joining us. Look forward to hearing your voice on a regular basis. I appreciate it. No, thank you for having me. Till next time, fans. Again, from Odem, Texas, I'm Joe Bowling for Real Sports Live. So long.